bad, I already hit you.
That hit me, but that doesn't one-shot me. I'll just cast shield, bitch. I get shield. No, I don't. I'll just cast haste on myself and be a dick. No.
Oh yeah. What I recall from last time before leaving is we got Geralt out. You guys got a cloak from my character. That's a phone.
Yeah, Matt muted.
I did very well above all miracles with all miracles included. I did very well on my performance checks, but I actually doubted to be good.
Yeah, I'm the guy with the charisma. Not the lady, but
Yeah. So I convinced some people that I was just an actor with a very detailed mask. Yes, yes.
I'm just a very, very detailed mask.
Yes, very detailed.
Yeah.
And that's
I
about
got him free after that.
and
But
that's what I about can oh yeah. A guy wanted like 15 liters of poison or more and paid for each bottle that I could fill 15 gold pieces.
And you have
That's a lot
filled
of money.
none so far.
Yeah, because I had to go. Which I would want to fill some. But yeah, I didn't.
Is he gonna check the bottles, or can we just like pee in them and deliver it and get the
I
money?
think the poison has like a color that makes it like okay if you piss it like it looks kind of different. I
Yeah.
would think.
Mm-hmm.
But
What
like
color is this poison?
What
what
color do
color
you
is this
want it to
poison?
be?
it could be
Well, in
purple.
that case, I want this poison to be the color of piss, so we can just piss on the bottle and then give him this and get
Yeah,
money for piss.
You know?
Yeah,
No.
it's kind of poison. If you let it
Just-
sit enough, probably somebody will get sick.
I'm gonna
from
say
drinking it.
no.
Oh dear.
Okay.
I'm gonna say a bit red, greenish.
Okay.
Okay, so we have to eat a lot of asparagus and then piss on the bottles.
Why get this? How does piss become red then?
Because piss.
Just
I'm pretty
cut
sure
your
Matt
fucking
started
wiener.
recording.
Matt has not started recording, I think.
Yes,
Nope.
I have.
Yes,
Oh, yeah?
he has.
Ah.
And I didn't get to do my thing in the beginning because I'm basically sober. So that now I have to like pull up the slack.
Yeah, go empty
Do
6
you-
more bottles of
Do
beer.
you ever pull up the slack with that shit pre-ban? Be honest with yourself, man.
With alcohol or with my stupidity?
Both.
No.
His stupidity at times can be smart.
But I can pretend that I am.
Yeah,
I'm
Alex,
pretty
Matt's
good as an actor. I guess. Yes.
Matt is smiling too much. Yes, he's recording this shit.
I just checked I just checked my phone. Yeah.
I have been
Started, like,
for
5 minutes
almost
ago.
4 minutes.
Hey!
He just heard all that piss crap. Tell you.
And now we
Whoever's
can,
watching,
since he
listen.
Oh,
has
yeah.
been streaming for 4 minutes, now we can start to swear.
Well,
Fuck
that's
yeah.
actually after 30 seconds, but either
Yeah.
way.
Yeah, but now we can't
What
swear.
I recall from last session, is that we got into town. I had to do a lot of performance checks to convince people that I was just an actor with a very detailed mask and clothing. No worries here. Not scary lizard men in town. Well, the others got me 2 cloaks when I just needed 1, but still very nice to have 2 cloaks if 1 breaks.
One was pretty fucked up, so that's why I bought 2.
It was old and such.
Question: since you had to pretend that you were just an actor with a mask, are we in the town of Racism?
Yes, we are.
Yes.
We are in Sintra.
Other well is known as Racistant. They
Yeah.
only allow white, rich males.
Yeah, they threw Geralt in prison for trying to kidnap the princess.
Yeah.
So.
Geralt was
Oh
a
yeah,
prisoner.
I mean he is white and a male, but he's not rich, and his eyes are yellow. Probably that was
Yes,
It depends who they count as rich.
Yeah,
an immigrant.
they got him out with using a teeny tiny bit of suggestion, I think, or charm, or
Yeah, because
Yeah,
I
that's
wasn't
the
gonna
spell.
talk to the queen and use all the money that Wawak gave me to convince to get him free. So I just take it easy way. Fuck this shit.
Yep. So we got him out, and now we're like, okay, let's get the fuck out before the spell ends. And they're like, wait, that's not what we're supposed to do. That's what I about can recall. Don't know what happened after that.
Whatever Dane did, but he wasn't dinner for a couple times. So
Was I even there?
yeah, you were there. I would assume.
Hmm.
So I'm in the group.
You were
So-
in the
Yes.
town.
Oh. Yeah, but am I
Currently,
like
currently we're outside
am I
town.
am I in your squad currently?
Yes.
Like
Yes.
yes, I am a part of your squad. Because the only session that I've ever played, I knocked out one of the members of your squad and delivered him to the Acharathais because he was a madman.
Technically, just throw him in the.
He was a
tank.
madman. I mean, the bugger threw weapons in a fair
He still is a madman.
ritualistic fight. Fucking idiot.
Mhm.
Yeah, that happened. But yeah, we're outside that currently, I'm pretty sure. Because we talked to Geralt. And Jaskier, I think. Did Jaskier come with us? I think so.
Yes. If you remember anything from the end of last session, yes.
Something with Geralt talking and doing something stupid.
Also, a small note to add: we learned in character that we broke the universe. No big
Yes.
deal.
Yes.
Yeah, we broke Geralt's mind. For a second. For a few minutes.
Yes, and he's now blaming you for it all.
That's by me.
Yeah,
It's like,
Olaf.
yeah,
This is
whatever. I
your
don't care.
fault.
Yeah, I know. I'm not giving a shit.
Question: how did you break his mind?
Breaking the universe.
Have you seen a Witcher show, Prima?
First season, yeah.
Okay. So you know the attack on Sintra? We kind
probably
of
it's-
stopped that. We kind of stopped that.
Oh,
And that was supposed to happen. But we kind of stopped that and stuff, and then kind of went to Geralt go mad.
oh, awesome.
Gelman, cuckoo.
Yeah, it's because of we broke the law of surprise, and that basically dictates like everything. That's the
Yep.
universe.
So
Exactly.
nobody fall in love with somebody that is supposed to die because that will end bad.
Yeah, now we're gonna kidnap the princess.
Sounds
I
legit.
think. They said to do something stupid at least. I don't think he went into detail.
Yes, he did tell you that that's what he wanted to do.
I wanted to kidnap the princess. Okay, cool.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
There's
yeah.
one detail that nobody has brought up yet.
Sorry that I didn't, but I wasn't there, Daddy.
Yeah. For
That-
the
That we have 24 hours or so to complete this mission before we get.
Well,
Snitched out.
that's another thing.
Okay.
oh, that's
He had
okay.
totally forgot about that. You just reminded him, so you can go fuck yourself, Yumba.
No, I knew about
Damn it,
that.
you might.
Oh.
It's
I
because he
broke- I
cast
broke
a
Finger.
he cast a spell that has a limit of 24 hours.
Yeah.
So we
Wag
got
that
24
finger.
hours to make the attack on the city happen again, or to get
No,
the princess.
To kidnap the princess and get out.
And then we don't know what happens after. We'll figure that out.
If the city goes sky high, not our problem.
It kind of is because it's
It
like the.
kind of is if we're in it. and
If
we're
you're in
gonna
it, it's a very
die.
big problem. If you're in
That
it, it's
is
a very
it.
big problem.
Then and only then it's our problem.
So yeah, we would have caught up Dane to everything. At least I would.
Yeah, so
You know
I I will do a better job of explaining everything than you guys. But I will give Geo a thing because technically he wasn't there for the whole thing. So
Yeah.
I just have bad memory, so don't judge me.
Do I
so
get a thing
Man.
because I wasn't there at all.
You're fine, Prib. You're fine.
you you will be caught up because here are some things that you would have known about. You went on a caravan that had a bunch of humans on it. And you headed north for another like 5-6 days. And after that, you ended up at the city of Sintra. Just a second, I need my map. We
Maps.
This map.
I guess I'll just have to look at this. Open original. Yes. There we go. So in the Witcher thing, you can see the map. If you want to see the map.
Maps.
Very close to the bottom.
I see. Yep.
Goes to the bottom. Trying to see where it is.
Of the chat.
Oh, the chat. Me blind.
So,
Is it a link that you sent?
yes.
No, the map.
well,
In the Discord.
In the Witcher stuff thing, above the everyone get in her.
I thought it was in the chat of Roll20. Shut up, Gio.
Too late.
I don't think there's a glaive.
So, yeah, you guys, the whole thing has been taking place in that tiny green area that's labeled Sintra.
Intra,
Mhm.
Marndell, Tig.
Yeah,
A
Marndell
cog
is the river that I've
Okay,
been
so
using.
I'm in the right spot.
Yeah, so basically they traveled from the Marndell Stairs, which is near that river area, all the way up to Sintra, and you met them halfway. So now you guys are at Sintra, and your character would be aware of this. However, I don't know who I can hear an echo from, but I can hear an echo from somebody.
Hold on.
Hold up.
Where's that coming from me? That's weird. Give me a second. Let me check my voice settings.
It's always fucking weird when there's a fucking echo and everybody's wearing fucking headsets. Makes no fucking sense.
It doesn't. Is that better? Try speaking, Matt.
Well,
And it's only Matt too. It was only Matt too.
Yeah, like I saw my green thing move without me speaking, but I was like, I guess my thing picked up his voice somehow, even though my mic is here and my headset is like over my ear, so it's a bit.
so, yeah, so you guys are in the city of Sintra, and your character would be, sure, I'll give you a chance to see something strange happen. Roll a perception.
All of us?
My mice.
No, not you, him, because he wasn't here.
He's talking about me, Dane.
Yes.
Dane, make your perception.
Perception?
Yes.
Ooh, that's actually one of the few things that I have that is not a minus on. 7. What do I see?
Not much, because you are at a pub. I can hear an echo again.
Yeah, I don't know what the fuck's up. I'm trying to fix my settings. I don't know what's going on.
Anyway.
Yeah,
So,
I get when you're speaking. So.
yeah, you go to a pub called the Dog and Duck. You do not notice the thing that I was going to give you, but you do notice the things that are obvious. The Dog and Duck actually has pit fighting, like animal pit fighting. Where they pit a dog against a duck to see who wins.
Fun.
A dog against a duck.
That
Yes.
seems super boring.
Well, that's why you haven't paid much attention to it. So
Are
you
the
just got
odds for the duck winning like 1 to 1,000,000? Like if you bet 1 gold, you get 1,000,000 if the duck wins.
Let me just say that you are missing out on something, and you don't know the answer to that. So,
The,
Probably
duck,
genetically modified monsters that just swallow the dog's whole, probably.
the duck has a gun. So there you go.
Or that.
it's the duck from Duck Game.
So
Yeah.
it has a shotgun.
Okay, so,
Does he have sunglasses as well? So he puts his sunglasses on and he chucks his shotgun as it's time to take out the quacks. Oh, dun, dun, dun.
I think I figured the reason if you guys can hear me fine.
I think so, maybe. I can't hear myself anymore. So,
That's good.
yeah, you're at a pub called the Dog and Duck, and you are deep into your drinks or your cups, I should say, when the rest of the group sort of just shows up in the pub. At first, they only have Yaskir with them. But eventually, as they begin to try to explain things to you, a white-haired, human-looking man shows up. Also. But here is what they explain. When they got into town, the first thing that those guys did was try to hide your lizard man companion. Do you actually tell them, Geo, about the poison bottles?
No.
Okay,
It's
so
my
then
venture.
you guys have no idea that he met somebody who he made afraid, and then met somebody else who gave
Not
him
intentionally afraid.
and then he also met somebody else who gave him some bottles. You don't know that. So, they got him some cloaks, one of which he is currently wearing now. Which he just looks, instead of a lizard folk person, he just looks like a fuzzy cloak. Pretty much.
I'm the shady vicar.
Yeah, so you just see a fuzzy cloak with bandaged feet walking around. Anyway, so then they go on to explain that they went to the Cintran Castle, where they went into the dungeon, and they met the White Wolf. All the other nicknames, Butcher of Blaviken, those things. That guy.
The 50 different names.
However, they go on to explain, while Geralt isn't there, they go on to explain that he was slightly... his mind appeared to be slightly broken. And they discovered that it was because of this supernatural law that exists within the universe. Though Dane doesn't pay much attention to that. It just sounds like arcane gobbledygook to him. But they go on to explain that they basically kind of fixed him by mind controlling the guards, basically, to release him.
It worked.
It did. And then they realized, we told the guards to just release him, and then once they were finished, they were going to realize that they shouldn't have done that. So then they mind controlled the guards again to just walk for 24 hours out of town south. So, once those 24 hours are over, then they're in trouble. So,
Well, they have to walk back as well.
It's
Yeah,
true.
so, like,
It's
Yeah.
true, but they might do something else. They might have powers that you are unaware of. Still, 24 hours is the initial window before you need to start leaving, basically.
Mhm.
So, unless something, because that's concentration, right?
Yeah.
So unless something happens to your elven friend to make him, like, if he gets hurt and loses concentration, then those guys will show up earlier. But so that's another ticking clock. So it is at that point that Geralt walks into the pub and meets up with you guys. He sits at your table, and that is when he explains that the thing that was making him crazy, and he's still slightly off kilter, you can tell, but not entirely. He's sort of just he's more calm, but he is still solely focused on kidnapping the princess. Princess Cirilla.
Yep.
And that is pretty much where we left off. He basically brought up to the group that he is willing, since you guys have powers, he is willing to ask you for aid. Since you got him free, he's willing to trust you tentatively. And he's willing to see if you are worthy of him putting his trust in. So, he has divulged to you that he wishes to kidnap Princess Cirilla of Cintra. And if he doesn't do so, then if you guys don't help him do so, he will still do so, and if he doesn't succeed initially, he will keep trying, is basically what he conveys to you.
Mhm.
Because he knows that something bad is going to happen to the kingdom, especially if he doesn't succeed. And even if he does succeed, there still might be a chance that something bad will happen. So he needs to get the princess out of Cintra. And I'm saying this all out of character because I kind of fast-forwarded through the conversation last session.
Yeah.
So after he explains all of this, he motions to the rest of you. So, you're gonna help, right?
Looks to Calypso.
kind of on a time limit, but I guess if it, we could.
Yeah, Nushan can see where he can help.
He hasn't seen you before, by the way. So he just sort of, his cat-like slit eyes just sort of try to focus on you, but then when you sort of like move your hand slightly to adjust your cloak, he realizes that it may be rude to intrude on that, and doesn't look further into it for now.
Yeah, also, hands are also wrapped up, because, you know, it's pretty easy, like, oh yes, green hands, completely normal. No,
Yeah.
bad.
Very well
And
made gloves.
for Dane, lizard folk have 3 toes, so he has bound his feet up to make it look like he's wearing a cast of some sort on his feet, so that way it doesn't look suspicious.
And my hands are just, like, wrapped up like I burned my entire hand. I've been burnt. My hands have been burned or something.
Yeah.
Usually
People
wear
in this
gloves
world
too.
are like super fucking racist, right?
Yeah,
Most people
literally
in Witcher are
earlier in the campaign, they were camping outside a town, and there were guards patrolling the walls, and they saw Geo's character and were so afraid that they ran away.
Yeah,
So-
Oh, you're right, because I'm
hello!
a monster or whatever.
Yeah,
Am I a monster, by the way? Am I
Nah.
like hated?
more
you're
common than others.
you're a dwarf, so in most human cities you are considered a servant or
Yes,
second class.
okay, the second class servant. Then.
Yeah, so basically, like, you know how the Bible calls slaves servants? It's kind of that.
Mm.
So you're a servant.
Dwarves are more easily found on the whatever they are called.
The-
the
I'm,
wizard
but-
just, I'm
map.
just wondering because in this world, elves are also super evil.
They can be,
Oh.
yes.
Yeah.
Not all of them.
No, some of them.
Many of them because they have been disenfranchised by humans. Like, humans were like, get out of these lands, and they were like, no, we don't want to do that, and it was a big feud.
Basically, like the Native Americans.
It's very,
Kinda.
very similar. So,
So we can help, but we have at best a day, I think. I don't know how long your trickery works, Clankin.
Well, assuming I don't get interrupted anytime, over a day. should
yeah,
be-
you can see even as Clankin is talking, like, he has to, like, continue focusing on something other than the conversation. So that's how you can tell.
So yeah, if we're gonna do that, we'd rather not get into a fight, I would presume.
Well, in that case, let's go already.
All right.
Okay, the dwarf is in.
As you guys are aware, Zagrin, or not Zagrin, what was his dwarf's name? Zoltan? Yes, Zoltan.
Hold on.
Yeah. Zoltan is one of Geralt's friends in the lore, so he's not against dwarfs at all. So he's
like
actually
the least racist guy in Witcher. Like
he's one of, yeah, it's true, but I'm
As
just
long as he
saying
gets
that
paid for his work, he doesn't give a shit.
I'm just saying that one of his closer friends is a dwarf in the canon. So yeah, he's
Elf?
very he's actually
Now, of his
ver-
life is a quadrant.
you can
a quarter
tell
elf.
you can tell that his emotions are muted slightly, but you can still tell that he is very happy that this dwarf is very on board with this plan.
And yes,
I go wherever Blunty leads me, and Blunty usually leads me into other people's faces.
Hmm.
Talking about my hammer, by the way. I just named my hammer.
The hammer's
Blunt.
plenty.
Yeah, my hammer's named Blunt now.
Fair enough.
How do you write Blunty?
Bluntty. I assume that's how you want to spell it.
Yeah, I'd assume so. Unless it's Blunti. You can do that too, but it's kind of weird.
So, the lizard man is on board as well. Just reconfirming.
On board, yes.
Okay.
So when are we planning to do this?
Looks to Geralt.
He says, well, if we have a 24-hour time limit, best to get on it immediately.
Okay, so how do we suppose we do that? I would assume the one you want to grab is not exactly easily found.
Just gonna do something real fast. Just for you guys' sake. Oh, noise suppression is on my side, huh? All those weird sounds have been getting through that. Okay, that's cool.
Yeah, that's what I turned off on me, and then it stopped. For some reason.
Okay. So, alright.
Oh, by the way, I would mention that I'm pretty tapped out for the day because I'm using most of my resources.
Okay, yes. We
and
need to
unless
have
he
him
gets
recharged.
And unless he gets, like, his brain knocked around a bit and loses concentration, he can't do many of the other things anyway. To be fair.
Yeah, we need to recharge first.
I'm fine.
You're fine, but he's not.
But-
If he's not charged, then well, we're pretty much fucked.
I've used one spell slot, that's it.
Oh, you can go alone.
No, I'm not gonna do that, I'm not gonna die. Because the dice hate me, so I'll just roll fucking stealth and I'll just die.
So, Geralt...
So yeah, we have at least, let's see, 16 hours if we take the long rest right now.
At most 16 hours before you need to start planning to leave.
Yeah.
I mean, if we take a long rest, we can just like enter turn order and abuse the turn order timeline. And
Yeah,
we'll have like
6 seconds for
8
every
minutes.
action.
It's like a mile to the building, so it'll take like so many turns just to get there.
Yeah. But still, would be
In one
interesting.
turn, you get
Like,
1/100th of the way there.
But everyone around us just looks at us like, what the fuck are they doing?
Well, 1/100 is still. That's 100 turns later. That is.
That's only about a minute.
Yeah.
100 turns is 10 minutes, I think.
Oh, 10
10
minutes. yeah.
minutes. So, still pretty quick.
Yeah. I was trying to exaggerate and failed, but that's fine. So, yeah. So, you guys asked him, so he will tell you that, he is familiar with the Queen. And the reason that he knows some of the layout of the castle is because he has been here before, because they invited him to be here. Under false pretenses, of course. But they did invite him to come in the castle, so he knows quite a bit of the layout of the castle as a result. So, he knows some of the places of the layout, but you're gonna have... Either way, last time, as with the canon, because we're using the TV show canon, so last time...
TV show canon.
Yes. So...
No clue about it.
Well, you have no clue of any of the canon, so shut it.
You just put it on.
Yeah, so he, as he makes you aware, they invited him in to, see the princess. However, they put a different girl in the place of the princess. And the reason that they locked him up is because he found out about it, and he kind of pressed them on it to try to get to the real princess. And they were like, no, this is not going to happen. Go in jail now. Bye. Pretty much. So, he is at least moderately familiar with the layout of the castle. However, he's still going to have to get information on where they are keeping the princess. Especially once they discover, like, if they somehow discover that the cell is empty, they're going to hide her. So, he's going to have to find out where she's being held. If you guys want to, like, do some investigating before he breaks into the castle, you guys can do that. And he will even aid you, if you want him to aid you in any way. But, yeah, he has no idea where she is, but he knows a decent layout of the castle. So he knows decent locations where she might be being held. But if he's wrong, then you guys beat up a bunch of guards, possibly, in order to get to a place where there's nothing. So...
They're fun, though.
Can she describe the princess, or does he know what she's like? Does she have an object that she keeps on her?
He has an object that's currently off her.
That doesn't matter.
For me, it does.
Are you asking him if he has an object of her?
Yes.
He shakes his head no. He does have something that they gave him, but he assumes that this is nothing, because they tricked him.
Do you know if she keeps an object on her person at all times?
He doesn't. Because he actually, in the canon, hasn't actually seen her in her actual, like, uniform, like, what you would like to wear. He's only seen her, the reason that he caught on is because he actually saw her, so he knows what she looks like. But he doesn't know, like, if she has, like, heirlooms or anything, because she was wearing peasant clothing at the time that he saw her.
Okay. Then I can't locate the object. Shame.
By the way, this princess, is this the one that is his child surprise?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, so you watch the first season. It's the main girl character.
Mm.
So this is who you're planning on kidnapping. So he gives you a basic description, like she's a young girl. She's not like in her late teens or anything. She's relatively young. And he does impress that this surprise thing doesn't necessarily have to be romantic at all. It's just it's that they're destined to be intertwined in some way. So he just wants this destiny thing to happen so that way he can no longer have this weird magical thing affecting him. So he figures that the best way for this to happen is for them to be intertwined, as in them be together in some sort of way, and then leave the city, and then from there he'll see what happens. So, he gives you a basic description. I'm pretty sure she's blonde in the show?
Yeah, like we'll pay like platinum blonde, like a very like almost a white blonde, ash gray hair, as they keep telling it as.
Yeah, it's not like pure white. It's not like
It's like
White
pale,
Wolf White, which is him.
No, it's not that.
It's slightly more yellow in color, like a blonde. But yeah, he gives you a basic.
She's like very light blonde in the show.
So he gives you a basic description.
Her eyes are like the greenest you can find.
Mm.
That's probably the most thing that sticks the most out.
Yeah. And if he'd say any girl wearing fancy clothing would be suspect at this moment. But if they find out that he was missing, which they may have because he went and stole Roach and made a big kerfuffle because of that, which is one of the things that you guys neglected to mention in your recap. Roach is his horse for Geos.
That I do know.
Okay, fine.
One of the few things I do know.
He's played the games. So.
He has?
I've heard of them. No, I've not played the games. I've heard of the games. I mean,
I've heard of them, okay. But he played one of them at least.
no. Look, I might not have seen all of The Witcher, but I'm not that much of a culture barbarian.
I don't know. I don't know you that well.
Well, either way. Yeah, so they went and stole Roach, and apparently, Jaskier was the one who rolled the highest stealth, so...
And Dice hates me. I'm just saying that.
The bard, who is not very sneaky, was the one who rolled the best. So
Even though the other bard has like expertise in this shit and they're all a 2.
yeah. And Geralt also sucked a big one, and he got noticed by everybody as he was sneaking into the stable. So yeah, he Roach is no longer in the city.
Well, let's hope it's not Griffin meat or anything else.
The horse is near the city, so if a griffin was nearby, somebody would notice it probably.
Yeah.
So guards would probably be in the nearby area if there was a griffin near the city, but it's outside the city. Because he doesn't want it to be obvious, because people are looking for the horse now.
Okay, so we have to take a little look out then and see.
Yeah. So he has given you his idea, the basic. He is asking for you guys to help him with a plan. He's been locked in jail and crazy for about a month. So he's not exactly in the best planning of plans state, so he's asking for your guys' input.
Notion is not well with, plans as well, but if goes go good, then we are lucky.
Alright. Did he show us what the inside of the castle looks like?
He didn't tell you that yet because you didn't ask.
Okay,
but
I'll ask that.
He can give you basic rundowns. Like he doesn't have anything to draw a map on. If you give him something, it might take him a little while to draw a map because he's not a cartographer or anything or an architect. But he would
question DM.
Mm-hmm.
Is the castle made out of stone?
Yes.
Interesting.
God.
It's not made out of wood. It's
But
not a wooden castle.
if it's what I'm thinking that you're thinking, it is worked stone. So it might not work, your idea. But it might. Depends on if you have a different idea than what I'm thinking or not.
Let me check.
I have mason's tools, so I could probably just make a door.
You could,
Take
but
a
that
while
would
because you
take time and make noise. So Um,
Ah.
but yeah, he's asking for your input.
Yeah, and I'm asking him if he can give us the layout of the castle.
Okay, that's fine. And he can, like, describe it in generalities, but unless you give him, like, a paper to draw something on, he's not going to be able to give you too many specifics. Basically, his idea of leading you guys through the castle is being there and leading the party through the castle.
Do we get some paper to draw a map? Team.
I'm checking.
Maybe we should just kick down the door and shout out that we have sweet rolls and meat. Then children will come running.
Yeah, but there's a lot of children in town.
Well, if we get
Not in the
spotted,
castle.
He
Right,
goes,
yeah, sure.
because Geralt is intelligent enough to know that isn't going to work. He goes,
But sweet rolls.
he goes, the queen and the king would hide her as soon as that happened, whether or not she wanted to show it. So in other words, even if your idea was sound, which he doesn't think it is, but even if your idea was sound, he would be like, yeah, the king and queen would prevent her from coming towards us. So then it wouldn't work. And by the way, the queen, you can roll a history check, Dane.
Does it have anything to do with stone?
No.
Okay, then I don't get advantage. Holy
Right.
shit.
Okay, so you are a barbaric warrior, so you are aware of those who are talented in the ways of battle. That's my in-canon reason for the reason why you know this. The queen is known as the Lioness, and she's from Skellige. Skellige is the island of Vikings, or the island system of Vikings. Like, there's a bunch of islands there. And as all Vikings are known for, they are talented in battle. Basically, whenever her kingdom goes to war, she's on the front line. She's not, like, behind some of her troops. She's literally in the front of all of her troops when she goes to battle.
Leading the charge.
In other words, she is at least talented enough. Oh, that spell? I don't know. I haven't read that spell.
I gave you what the spell looks like.
I'll look at that later.
Okay.
If you need to actually try to use it. But yeah, if you're in the front of an army, when you begin the charge, you have to be at least talented enough to not get hit by arrows, because they're going to hit the people in front first with the arrows. So, if she's charging into battle in the front of her soldiers, yeah, she's at least good enough to not get hit by the arrows and then get to the front line so that way she can start taking some people out. So your character would have heard of perhaps some of her exploits.
Which country did you say she was from again?
She is the Queen of Sintra, but
She's from...
she was originally from Skellige.
that case, Dane would probably idolize people from Skellige.
Oh, they're Vikings, so.
Exactly.
They're mostly it's humans that live there, but yeah, they're basically kind of, they all basically fight like you do, for the most part. Like, they have battle axes, they wear very little armor, they rush into battle, screaming, usually. So,
This is the way.
and they don't think that they have died a good death unless they have died in the middle of battle. So, if they die of old age, then that is shameful to them.
Like a Viking.
Yes, basically.
They're just Vikings, okay?
Yes.
Simple as that.
And they basically have the same belief system of like gods and stuff, so
Mm.
they do believe that their afterlife will be better if they die in battle as well.
Well, we first have to figure out what the princess is before we can even try to get her something out.
I might have something that can help us with that.
Sweet rolls.
Sure, I won't break your.
Oh yeah, it will break, but at that point we're committed, right? So, and we got a lead on like over 8 hours before they come back.
And it's not like if you guys get caught in the middle of this, like those guys coming back is gonna be the least of your problems.
Yeah.
Question. You're not the only spellcaster in the party. How long would it take you to teach the other spellcaster in this party to cast this specific spell?
Which spell?
The spell that you're thinking of. Whatever spell that is.
You can't.
Yeah, the
Not
particular
me,
type of
fucking idiot.
spellcaster, the
Well, no,
particular
you can't.
the particular type of spellcaster is incorrect for the spell. Is the problem. So
Is it
whoever
Loki
would want to
person?
learn it would have to level up in a different class, basically.
Yeah, and I'm the only other one that can cast, so. I'm probably not gonna do that.
It would be just as likely that Dane levels up in this spellcaster class as it is anybody else. So
Yes. So, but do you need anything to use that to find the princess, or just need to know how she looks?
I can't cast any spells that can help me find it. Fuck's that noise?
No clue.
Somebody in the background.
Preben.
What?
Kitty,
Well,
maybe.
either way, but I can help us cast something that can help you find her easier. If you're up for it.
if it's the spell that I'm thinking of, or that you sent me,
Yeah.
then you would still have to know the general location for it to work.
Yeah, the general location, the castle.
I'm also reading up on the spell to make sure that it would work in this particular instance anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Is it locate person?
No, that's a 4th level. I don't have 4th levels.
SDS is 3rd.
Okay, yeah, it would work. Because it doesn't say
Mhm.
anything about worked stone in the spell.
Yep.
Because many of the spells that do that do specify if it won't work on worked stone.
Mm-hmm. So how about it? You guys in?
So to make it easier, I'll of course be with them. So if it does make it easier, I'm fine with it.
I suppose it will be best for perceptive people if I cast on the spell on this on you.
the most perceptive, but
Well, that means I'm out.
Let's see how hard I can curse myself.
you have like a +7 or something.
Yep.
Yeah, so you might actually be useful here, you.
I got a +4, so.
I already have, well, proficiency in it. Yay.
And I mean, if you're breaking into a castle to kidnap a princess, I don't think they're gonna care if you're a lizard or a person.
Mm-hmm.
I'm also the stealthiest, I think, of the group.
Nope.
What's yours, then?
+10.
Eh.
Yeah,
Be-
because
be
Calypso has
behind.
expertise in stealth.
Ah.
I just rolled horrible.
I thought mine was pretty impressive for being a freaking barbarian. Mine is +4.
That's very decent for a barbarian.
For a barbarian,
That
yeah.
that is pretty impressive.
I can cast this spell on 2 people. So I can cast it on you, Geralt, and perhaps Lushan. You're perceptive, right?
Yeah, it's very perceptive. Like, I have seen you twitching all the time. What are you doing? You're in
Oh.
pain?
I'm concentrating on the people to go away.
Ah.
Magic is odd.
Yeah, Nushan would know what like after he said that he's concentrating on making the people go away.
With a woman that literally makes the bed soaked for nothing.
Yes. Yes. So what I was gonna say is Nushan has been around people with magic before.
Mhm.
He knows that once the guy has said, yeah, he's focusing on making the people go away. Yeah, Nushan will be like, oh yeah, that's what it is.
Oh, yes, I know what it is. No problems.
Alright. So I suppose I can tell you what the spell does now.
Yep.
It is a spell that makes you able to traverse through stone. So you can just glide your way through the castle walls and the castle floor. And you can hear from the outside of potentially you can hear for the princess.
Earthglide?
Meld into stone is what they call out of character.
So their
Oh.
physical bodies are running through it, or is it like astral projection?
No,
It's
physical.
basically you get
Physical.
turned. You get the ability that an earth elemental has. You can just
Yeah,
go
Earth
through the
Glide.
stone.
Yeah,
Mhm.
just don't finish your turn in the stone.
Let me see, because I don't remember it saying
You
that.
can finish your turn in the stone.
Which spell is active?
It doesn't work exactly as Earthglide.
Yeah,
It
this
lasts
is a slightly more powerful of
and
what
it
you're
lasts for
thinking.
8 hours. So it should be fine.
So if you two do that,
Yeah, the only
so-
way you take damage from being inside stone is if the spell ends while you're inside the stone.
hmm
Because if the spell ends while you're inside the stone, like, you're trapped.
As long as I don't get damaged in any way, it should be fine. And I'm gonna just wait outside the castle until you
Wait,
contact me or something.
I'm just. Oh, it does even. It even has. It even has rules for if someone destroys the stone that you are hidden in. That's
Mhm.
cool.
So is this an acceptable plan for you, Geralt?
He goes. It's. Okay. So he goes. Well, it's not an entirely stupid plan, but doesn't that mean that the rest of you remain on the exterior?
Yes, but if you find something, you'll know where we are, and you can come and warn us about it if you will.
I'm just saying, normally in fights, you want as many people
Mm.
fighting on your side as possible.
Well, this part of the plan is only to scout for where the princess is.
He then acknowledges that, yeah, that makes a little more sense than what he was thinking.
So in theory, it's not really the best object to put the people with the highest perception. It's better to actually put the people with the highest stealth.
Well, while you're in the wall,
Scouting mission.
while you're in the wall, you can hear from outside the wall what's happening.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have
it's very
tremor
handy.
sense and stuff like that.
Yeah, it's very handy for me to have little blind fighting. Yay. I know what's outside of the walls.
And
Yeah.
10 feet.
Which is
Yes.
why you are going in.
Yeah, that also helps.
No, it seems like a capable plan. Just the thing. Then what are we others? Is wait from the gear up the princess, but like I
we
guess
wait.
she.
We wait for them to figure out where the princess is, and then we'll make a plan to navigate to that room.
Okay.
I'm
So
literally.
I say
basically-
we find one of the hidden entrances, wait by it. Make
I'm
it even
What do you-
literally
faster.
gonna be a solar in the castle, but me
What-
just being able to glide through the walls, being like, this is just one person here. Might be her.
Basically, what he is suggesting is that we go inside, find the princess, come back out, and then go in with the group to where the location is. Which
Yeah,
is
fast, so she can't evacuate to somewhere else.
it's a sound plan, assuming this magic of yours is reliable.
Humbug.
Should be.
He nods.
That seems good to me. Says you are.
I have seen other chaos wielders that were reliable, so I don't doubt that he could be reliable.
He's quite capable.
Just chaos can be unpredictable at times.
Yes, it can.
Well, he is an elf, so
He nods.
What does that have to do with ending?
Well, your kind has studied magic longer than the humans.
Sure.
he shrugs. Just saying what the books teach us.
All right.
I still want to know where the hell some kind of secret mumbo jumbo entrance to this castle is, so everybody can stand at the ready at that entrance.
Well, we know of the secret entrance.
Well, there's
Yeah,
one
well, there's
secret
one of them.
entrance. There's one secret entrance that they are aware of. I will.
Mhm.
I
what
will
are we
acknowledge
waiting
that.
for? Let's
Well-
go there and make the plan happen, right?
The only
I
thing is that secret entrance leads to the prison. So.
Which is not where she is.
Probably
Most
not.
likely.
Also, if you went through the prison, there would be the guards of the prison that you would have to deal with before getting to the castle, and then you'd have to go through the castle to get to wherever you wanted to go. If she's in the castle at all.
Okay, so we wait around till they return as they.
I mean, you guys
Figure
can
out
do
where-
scouting missions to see if you can find another secret entrance, but that's a different thing entirely. Because one team is definitely going inside, and the other team is just going to be waiting unless you guys wanted to do something. So I'm just suggesting as your DM, that could be a thing that you do simultaneously.
Yeah, just what would we do? That's the thing. That's what I'm trying to think.
Yep, that's fine.
Because they can do that, then we don't have those two. But like, what could we do in the city? As the princess is most likely in the castle.
So do you want a long rest before going there, or
Yeah, I need a long rest.
because you probably couldn't cast a spell without the long rest anyway, right?
I'm out of third level, so I can't.
So
That only means that whoever's walking away from here is 7 hours more away before you stop the spell. I mean, it's not that bad of an idea.
Yeah, they won't be out trouble for this operation, but when they get back, they will be wanted in the city, most likely. Assuming,
well, Geralt just looks at all of you and says, "I'm already wanted. Just
Yeah.
they don't know it yet."
well, we'll be wanted as well. So, there's that.
Yeah, that's true. Everyone except Dane and Nushan will be wanted. That's a part of this group.
Nushan is just a lizard, so.
Well,
Well,
if-
we wanted one way or the other.
Well, Nushan would be potentially wanted if people just found out what he was, but
But Dane can like stroll around town and be like, I'll just walk around here and get a drink.
yeah, because even though dwarves are second-class citizens, they can still hold jobs and stuff, potentially. So he could walk around without an escort, and still there might not be anybody who attacks him immediately. Unlike the lizard folk.
Yeah, hell, they might be even more secretive about it and send someone after me. Secretively, like, oh yeah, this beast here, yeah, you can hunt it.
Yeah, if they knew what you were, but half the people would just run away in fear and call the guard. Because you just look like a monster to them.
Monster.
Well, I mean, to be fair, if you lived in the Middle Ages on Earth and you saw a lizard person walking into town, being like, "Hello, how are you?" you probably wouldn't view it the same way as the lizard person thinks that you should.
More like, the fuck?
That depends on the kind of world that you're growing up in. Like elves and dwarfs and
That's
pixies
true
and all
too,
that
but
mumbo shitty jumbo stuff is real.
that's true. But in this world, a lot of things that don't look like people attack people without question. So that's a big problem. And the ones that don't attack people immediately disguise themselves as people to get you to trust them, and then they attack you without question. So that's also a problem. Plus, with Varan, especially, there are rumors that they are basically like, you know how in the real world people think that there are lizard people that replace people? Yeah, that exists in this world too. So if they see a lizard person walking around, they'll be like, yeah, that's an evil thing that disguises itself as people and tries to take over the world.
An evil thing that disguises itself as people, but for this very moment, in this specific place, this lizard is
time.
not looking like a human.
Well, you've heard the excuses of people who believe the lizard alien theories. Oh, George Bush's disguise fell, and that's why his eyes were red momentarily on a video. Like, yeah, people come up with excuses for stuff.
Basically, they come up with the most idiotic bullshit and they'll gobble it up.
Yes, there are certain people on this universe that will believe that stuff. Especially people from Skellige, actually. To be fair, in this universe. Because they're the ones who came up with the conspiracy in the first place. That there are lizard folk all around. Anyway.
Well, they're not wrong in one part of it. There are lizard folk around. All around. But not that much.
Yeah, they're normally not doppelgangers at the very most. Either way, so you guys take a long rest. If any of you wish, you can participate in the things that are happening at the tavern instead of sleeping.
Depends on the things that's happening.
There are myriad fights happening between dogs and ducks.
Nah.
Okay.
I'm not at least.
I mean, if you bet on the correct one, you could potentially make a bunch of money. But
Yeah, but I could also potentially lose a bunch of money.
that's true. That is true.
And with my luck, yeah, I'm gonna lose all the money, so I'm not gonna do that.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
The dice just hate me in every D&D thing I do.
All right.
I'm up for some betting.
Do I?
I'm up for some betting.
Okay. Do you have any crowns? Oh yeah, you have like 500 crowns. Didn't
No, 200.
200. Right. All right. You see. Do you walk over to the fight pit?
Yeah.
All right. You walk over to the fight pit. I'll give you an example of what happens here. This is, by the way, this isn't the thing that you would have noticed, but I will still give you an example of what happens here. But I need to roll to determine the outcome of this random thing. Okay, perfect. Holy shit. Okay. So, you walk over to the fight pit, and you see a fight in mid-progress. You see, some are cheering for the dog and some are cheering for the duck. However, you notice that the duck is losing handily. At first. Based on... you won't believe what I rolled. So at first...
duck.
But what happens is, you notice that on either end of the fight pit, there are two people who are focusing very heavily on the fight. And as the dog appears to be winning, both the dog and the duck appear to have... Actually, I'll get you to roll an Arcana.
Me?
Yes, because you're the only one here.
They're controlled by Mumbo. Jumbo.
You do see, even the least astute, bystander of this can see that they're focusing on the animals, so it appears that this is not just an ordinary dog versus duck fight. Something else is at hand here. However, this becomes blatantly obvious when the duck's bill suddenly curves into a more hawk-like shape, and the dog appears to be winning, and then the duck just bites the dog on the neck, ripping out its jugular vein, and it just falls onto the ground, whimpering as it bleeds to death. So you get a preview, so that way you can see that I rolled a natural 20 on the behalf of the duck. So the duck won. Pretty handy. So yeah. So they do rush in to save the dog's life before it dies. And then they take the two combatants away from the field. And they bring in two new combatants. So, as with any good bettor, they show off both combatants before the fight. So, if you wish, you can roll a nature.
Another one of my strong suits.
Ah, not bad, considering you're -1. You look at the dog. The dog appears to be a pit bull.
And the duck appears to be a duck.
The duck appears to be a loon. Just in case you are unfamiliar, I will send you a picture. An image in a new tab.
No bother. I know what a loon is. I'm a
Okay.
hunter.
Fair enough. So it's actually a specific type of duck. Has beady red eyes, mostly black feathers. You know the thing. You already said you know. But for anybody who might not be aware.
Hunting season in Norway in August. All that.
So, it does have a relatively sharp bill, however. So, it doesn't have a 0% chance even without magic.
Doesn't matter. I was always gonna bet on the duck.
Okay. How much are you putting down?
200 gold.
Oh shit.
Because as it turns out, the duck actually does not have. It is 5 to 1. So whatever you bet, you get 5.
Yeah, 200 gold.
Okay.
1,000 gold. If he
Potentially.
wins.
I'm gonna roll the same thing that I rolled before to determine if the duck wins or not.
Go ducky!
Alright, so they let both of them go into the fighting arena, and the two magicians begin their animus, as in their controlling the creatures.
Are they familiars?
You're not there, so you're not sure, but let me just say that the one person who is there didn't roll high enough to determine what is actually happening there.
Dude, I could easily rig this fight.
You could, but you're not there.
Yep.
Okay, perfect. So, I hope you weren't too attached to that 200 gold. Because almost as soon as the fight starts, the dog's teeth turn into, like, teeth that are so large its mouth has a hard time containing them, and it just bites at the loon's neck, and it is pretty much dead almost immediately, but they managed to save it.
My duck got one-shotted.
Let me just say that on behalf of the duck, I rolled a 3. So the other magician didn't even have a chance. It's like that robot thing. You guys have seen the video where the two robots are fighting and the one guy hasn't even moved and the other robot just like zooms all across the thing and knocks the other robot out of the arena.
Yep.
Yeah, it's that. That's what just happened.
Zoom.
So,
Zoom, zoom.
unfortunately, you lose all your gold. But to be fair, not many people bet on the dog because the dog is the obvious winner. So, a lot of other people lost some money too.
That's supposed to make me feel better.
And that's why I don't do gambling.
Oh, let's just say it was a non-zero chance, and it was 5-1, so you could have potentially made a ton of money just now.
Fair enough.
So, you lost all your money, but do you wish to continue watching any of the fights? See if
Why?
you can.
I don't have any money.
You could try to see if you can determine how the fights work.
They work by magic mumbo jumbo.
That's
of
fair. That's fair. If you don't care, that's fine. You walk away.
Ah, damn it. Now I remember I probably didn't even buy a freaking bed.
And share with me if you don't mind sharing with the lizard.
I'd rather share with you than the lizard.
You could try to bet all night and just borrow 10 of his
I'm
crowns.
out of money!
You could borrow
Can't
10 of
bet
his crowns.
anything.
You could try to borrow 10 of his crowns or something.
I give you that much. Calypso hasn't gone to bed yet.
Okay, so what is Calypso doing?
She's just watching, but she's not gambling.
Oh, you were watching the fights?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, you can roll an Arcana.
She's like sit in the corner, chit chats as you watch the fights.
Okay. You get propositioned a few times. If you know what I mean.
Oh, what do you mean of a proposition? Like, is that what you want her?
Yes. They're trying to see how much. They're trying to see how much you're worth.
Depends how much they're offering.
Most of them are definitely not in your league. With the
No.
amount of money that they're offering.
Okay, she kindly refuses them.
I'll roll to see if anybody during the night actually offers a decent amount, but no.
Oh, they need to offer a
No.
decent amount for her.
No. No.
No. Then,
Like the highest is like a few silver.
Nah. Oh, this, you ain't getting this girl for a couple of silver. That ain't happening.
So, you can roll an Arcana to see if you can determine how the fights work.
Nah.
How long are you watching?
Almost as bad as mine.
I'll say like a watch for like an hour or so, and then I just.
Okay, if you're watching for an hour, then you can roll again.
Nah.
Seems like it was
Nice.
meant to be.
Yeah, I'm not supposed to know.
So you can also see Dane walking over and like handing like his whole pouch over, betting on the duck. And as the fight is starting, you can see him like cheering for the duck, and then the duck just gets insta killed, and you can see his face is like pure disbelief.
Nobody was up with that duck.
It was
Or that dog.
For a
I
duck,
actually saw the scene.
for a duck, it looked pretty powerful, but it was still a duck, unfortunately. But yeah, you do know that they are casting spells of some sort, but you don't know how it works. Like, you're smart enough to know that they're using spells.
Sneaky fucks using chaos.
I mean, they had to make it interesting somehow.
Oh,
After
sure.
the
But it's a duck
500th
and a dog, so-
After the 500th duck loss in a row, they needed to mix it up somehow.
Yeah.
That's a lot of noble ducks.
4 ducks. Think about all those eggs. Duck meat is pretty good too. You know.
Well, they need to feed the dogs somehow.
Yeah.
That's how the tradition got started.
At least they got a good one.
Yeah, that's how the tradition got started. They needed to feed the dog somehow, and they wanted to make some money off of stupid people who would bet on the duck.
Well.
But then they decided to make it more interesting.
I
But
lost
either way.
all my gold.
I can tell, dear. I can tell.
Yeah, he just walks by and says that.
She's sitting like sipping wine and just like enjoying.
All right.
Got the
Gio is
shits
not here,
rigged.
so one of the things that happens during your rest, we'll have to go rewind and see how that goes. And I was being generous. I allowed you to participate in the tavern while
Yeah.
taking your long rest.
Mm.
So you're not behind by a few minutes or anything. You guys are still equal in your rest.
Mm.
And I'll say that you don't have to rent a room because this is more of a tavern than a tavern/inn. So they just sort of let you hang around and do stuff.
Fair enough.
Though the main attraction seems to be the magically
Ducks.
enchanted dogs and ducks. There are other things happening, like card games and whatnot. But
Everyone's playing Gwent now.
yeah, there is a Gwent player in the corner.
Hmm.
He looks even more shady than what Nushan looks.
That's us.
Because he says, like, as you walk by, that he's willing to grant you a deck if you only play him. So it's super
Okay.
sus.
Super
It's-
sus, like,
yeah,
this
it's-
is like definitely like you have to kill that imposter, you know.
Probably like a shitty deck, and he's got all the
Yeah.
good cards.
You know, it's like probably give you like all the worst cards, and he just have a god good deck. Just-
Let me just say that if you decide to play him, it's not impossible to win.
but it's hard.
You could try to borrow a deck from somebody else and play him. He is willing to play against other people's decks. It's just that he is also willing to give you a deck if you don't have one.
Yeah. Nah, she'll just. Yeah, she wouldn't do much. She'll like enjoy the fights for a bit, and then she'll probably get a room.
There's also the dice game that's in, I think, the second game?
Might be. I'm not started the second game yet, so.
There's a dice game where you have to try to... It's basically poker except with dice.
Mm.
You have 5 dice, and you try to get things that would be good in poker with the dice. Like, you get, like, pairs, or triples, or, like, a full thing, all of the same numbers, stuff like that.
Well, basically like Yahtzee.
Pretty much. Except, like, it's kind of a mix between poker and the dice. Because you can, like, choose which ones you want to re-roll and then re-roll them. Like, you can, in poker, you can choose which cards you want to put back and get more, that sort of thing.
Yeah.
So, it's kind of like that. Let me just say it's one of the easiest ways to farm money at the beginning of the game. Just keep beating these guys at this dice game. But either way.
Yeah.
So, if you do not wish to gamble your money away,
Wowak would kill me.
then you sort of just watch some of the other people participate in what they wish to participate in. About midway through, it starts
Yep.
to get darker outside, and the quote-unquote loose women begin to filter into the tavern.
The loose women, though.
Yep.
I call
You
that.
mean the
offensive.
women of the night?
Yes.
All the strumpets.
If only you didn't gamble away all your money, you might have had money to spend on something else.
If you let me charm you, I can just fuck you.
What?
She can just charm you to sleep with her, so if she really wants it. But she's fine.
But yeah, they seem to be gravitating towards those who appear to have lots of money and not many brains.
Which
is-
means not me.
Yeah, either no one in this group looks like they both have not a lot of brains and a lot of money. No one in this group.
That is true.
Is there any table that's like betting on like hand wrestling?
Yeah, there's arm wrestling. There's
Arm
five.
wrestling,
There's
right.
also 5-finger fillet. See who can do it the longest, and whoever screws up first loses.
Can I borrow 1 gold piece?
Clips?
Mm.
Oh, sure.
She tosses you one.
Like the 1 gold piece, and I'll head over for the arm wrestling table.
All right, you head over. For the price of 1 gold piece, you don't get the cream of the crop, however.
Gotta start somewhere.
Mm.
Fair enough. You need to make back your 200 gold somehow.
Yeah.
Only thing I want right now is enough money for a pitcher of meat and some salted pork.
All right. So, I'll roll for this guy if you want.
Yeah.
If you want to roll a strength check again, like a athletics
roller.
against him.
Wow, I just lost my 1 gold piece.
Let's see what he
Yes.
rolls first.
If yours are 1 too, then
He rolled a total of 15.
Down bad.
So he sort of fakes you out. What he does is he doesn't put much effort into it at first, so then you're like, oh, this is gonna be easy, and then he just slams your wrist against the table. He does one of those.
I look him in the eye and I say double or nothing.
He raises an eyebrow at you. Let's see if he's smart enough to ask for you to put the gold on the table first.
Hopefully not.
He does have a minus to his dice roll here. No, he's not smart enough in this moment. He is just willing to take you up on this offer. So make another roll.
That's better.
This time he actually put some effort into it. And since he didn't trick you this time, you very handily beat him. Because he rolled a 2. Total.
8. So I have 4 gold pieces now.
Yep. Well, actually, you only have 3 because you didn't have...
Oh, yeah,
2.
right.
Because you cheated him.
Does this buy me into a different table?
It gets you to a slightly more powerful guy.
Okay.
It doesn't get you at the next table, but this guy is no longer willing to bet with you. So a different guy shows up. So this other guy shows up. Do you want... Oh, you already rolled.
Yeah,
You already rolled.
He's screwed.
Mm.
He rolled a total of 12.
Is the table fine? Is his arm fine?
You do hear a slight like you felt someone's arm dislocate before. His elbow has dislocated. That's how hard you've hit him against the table.
Oops.
Luckily, there are medics here. Because they're here for the animals, but since they heard a loud popping sound coming from that direction, one of them just nonchalantly comes over and helps him out of his chair. But he does give you the gold before leaving the area. You now have 6.
The 6 gold pieces buy me into a higher stakes table.
Unfortunately, no. But it does give you a different person. Okay, you gonna roll?
Ah,
This guy rolled a total of 5, so you beat him.
woo! So 12 gold pieces.
Alright, this does buy you onto another table. Because this table has a minimum of 10.
Okay, fine.
So you betting all or just 10?
Done.
So this gets you to a different guy.
24.
He rolled... What was it? He rolled a total of 9. Hooray! You started to gather a crowd. You now have 22 gold?
Yep.
By the way, Prevan, you can use your rage to get advantage.
If
Yeah,
he
but
needs it.
advantage is after like a turn.
Yeah, but a turn is all we need, right?
Well, we are taking a long rest afterwards, and I do have 6 rages.
You have 6? What the fuck?
Don't I?
I don't think
Yep.
you have 6.
I put down that I have 6. I don't know if it's
Why?
right.
I think you
Because I probably asked somebody, and they probably said it because I have no fucking clue.
I think you have like 3.
What level are you? 6? Should have
Level
4.
6, and I'm frenzy.
Should have 4.
Alright,
Yeah.
another guy shows up.
6.
Another guy shows up. How much do you
Okay.
want to bet against this guy?
I'm betting all of it, and I'm gonna rage to get advantage.
Okay. Go ahead.
Rage! Hell yeah!
You dislocate another guy's elbow.
Poor guy.
Makes me up to 44.
Alright. Another guy comes to the table.
Bet
He-
it all again and rage for
He's-
advantage.
This guy is substantially stronger, and he comes at you from like 2 tables down. And he comes over to you. He says, I'll give you 150 if you beat me. And he is like a mountain of a human.
And do I hear this if I'm still down there?
Yes.
Can I give the Dane an inspiration?
Oh yeah, you can wink at him.
I had to look at me with a smile and just give him a wink.
Nuts.
So you have a D8 to add in addition to advantage.
But
So
I'm just
D8
warning
plus
you. I'm
advantage?
just warning you. This guy looks substantially stronger than every opponent you have faced so far.
Fine, I'm gonna rage.
All right.
Just doing it.
Plus a
Please.
D8. Plus a D8.
Plus a d8, so... Whoops.
Without advantage.
So
22.
22. I can choose whether to use the inspiration, or do I have to say I use the inspiration?
No, yeah, I can shoot. Oh, it doesn't specify, does it?
Wrong button.
If it doesn't, if it's one of the few things that doesn't specify, then you can choose.
You can wait till after you roll before designing.
Yeah, but I can't see his roll. I have to see only my roll.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm using it just to be sure. I mean, it's 150 gold, man.
There's a lot of money.
It's a lot of money. The 8.
30.
Damn.
He rolled pretty high, but not that high.
Beat a 30.
Yeah, there is like a 2-minute struggle between the two of them, but Dane does end up the victor. The guy
I just
gets
got
frustrated.
150 gold from-
The guy gets frustrated and says, "Double." And he puts his hand back on the table.
Hell yeah. Rage. Do I get another bardic inspiration?
Do you want to give him another one?
I mean, we're long resting anyways.
Olaf,
Yeah.
do you know what happened?
No.
What you said?
The guy
I know,
said
man.
double. The guy said double or nothing. I said, hell yeah. Do I get another bardic inspiration?
yes.
Do you give him another one? Olaf?
Yeah.
All right.
Okay, so currently I'm up to 100. No, that he's gonna give me 300 gold if I win. That's just the thing.
Yep.
Fine. Let's fuck him up. Shit.
Yeah, you dead, man.
I just lost all of my. Oh,
That was, he
it
probably
says
rolls
20.
better. His probably rolls better.
Still a
Probably.
20. You notice his muscles ripple in the middle of the fight. That didn't
He
happen
rages
before.
too. He rages too.
Shit. Shit. Shit.
He just got a 24.
Shit.
And he just stands up as the crowd cheers for him. And he says, I knew I couldn't let any dwarf take the championship.
Double or nothing.
Don't be triple or nothing. You only have 4 rages, and I used 3. So
Yeah, I have 1 rage left.
He just looks down at you. Really? Half man? You think you can beat me?
I just did once.
I went easy.
is the money on the table, or is it like in his pocket or something?
He has a gigantic pouch
Next to
on
him?
his
Okay.
belt.
On his belt. I could try being a reckless idiot.
At least wait until we're like
I mean-
doing the thing, then we're gonna be distracted.
Like I said, most humans are racist, so he didn't want like a dwarf showing up all these humans.
Yeah, so now I'm super pissed, so now I really want to fucking beat him.
Okay.
Does he dare to try one more time?
He... Okay, I'm gonna roll for him. He's not gonna have a high chance of doing this, but... I'll give him a chance. No, he doesn't succeed. I was gonna see if he could notice that something fishy was going on between the two of you, but he doesn't notice that. Okay. He sits down. Tiny dwarf man not beat me. And he puts his arm on the table. For all money in pouch.
Fine.
Do people seem distracted by this fight, or
I
like
call.
arm wrestle?
Everybody
Dude, if you
is
give me bardic
everybody
inspiration, I might
who-
win it.
everybody
Well,
who seemed
Do you have
interested.
one more bardic inspiration for me, man?
I have 3 more.
Okay, please give. Please give.
I keep winking at him from a distance.
Yeah,
I feel empowered by her flirting.
um
I'm gonna fuck him up.
I
now.
was just gonna tell that yeah, everybody who's been watching the arm wrestling and a few others are now interested.
Okay, I'll keep that in mind. See when I see what happens.
Okay. The entire area around the arm wrestling area goes deadly quiet
Ooh.
as everybody watches. Okay, go ahead and roll.
Come on, script gods, help.
Do you have
17.
inspirations?
I have
I gave
inspiration.
him one.
Are you fucking kidding me?
Yeah, like that.
I mean, re-rolls.
no, I don't think
Oh,
you have
no.
inspiration.
I've only been in 1 session, and I left early.
Hmm.
Oh well, I guess half man did not win this.
Let's see here.
How are you supposed to pay for this, dude?
He only said all money in pouch, which is mine too, which is only 44 gold. So technically, the joke is on him.
So you got an 18?
Yeah.
Let's just see here.
He got,
He got a natural
40.
20, didn't he?
Here's what happens. There is a long, arduous struggle. 10 minutes pass.
Holy shit.
No ground has been made in that 10 minutes. However, you notice that he is getting tired. And you take this opportunity to save your strength and let him think that he's winning. You get almost down to the table. And then you notice he's used all his strength. He's got nothing left. Because you just are able to easily stop him at
He
the
rolled
table.
17, didn't he?
He did. He did.
Holy
Huge.
You manage to push him back up. And you can see that he has nothing left. As you just easily place
And, like,
his wrist.
Eclipse seeing this is at the edge of her seat as well.
You just easily place his wrist onto the table. And everybody is just in shock. The large man gets up from his seat. He takes the pouch, places it in front of you, and walks away, silently.
Eclipse
How
of
much
pity.
money's in the pouch?
Like people don't even cheer.
Yeah, she doesn't feel pity. She's not pity. I was tempted to if you see him just walk away, she would just go over and give him a good time instead. Just for pity, but no.
What, the big guy or me?
The big guy.
Are you
Probably
fucking
do it to
kidding
you
me?
if you
That
fail,
fucking
man.
racist? Really?
And you have a feeling, Dane, you can roll an insight.
She doesn't feel pity for him.
He's gonna go home and kill himself now, isn't he?
You can tell that the crowd is slightly disappointed that the half-man beat their champion.
Of course.
Of course they.
However, there are a few enterprising individuals who do approach you. Hey, good job. We got a league of sorts. Feel like joining?
What, like
League.
a wrestling league?
A
Yeah.
League of Legends.
League of Legends.
God, no.
Hey, Gio.
Aye.
Just so you know, all that's pretty much happened, Gio, is
Gambling,
Dane-
gambling, and more gambling.
Dane won a bunch of money arm wrestling. So,
Yeah, how much money did I get?
do you wish to count it?
Yes.
As you look inside, you realize that these are not crowns. They are the equivalent of platinum pieces inside
Oh, I
this
thought they were
pouch.
gonna be like electro pieces.
Fuck Electrum. Who uses that?
There are 300 pieces in here.
It's 3,000, baby.
There's more money than I got.
Easy money.
Yeah,
Oh.
you can tell why he was so easily willing to bet just like 150 or 300. But when you started taunting him, he got cocky. And
Typical pre-bet.
Holy fuck! I was like, I really wanted to like jump on the table. So if I'm half man, then what are you? I have a feeling he would have punched me in the face and not given me the money then.
Oh, there was another thing that your insight gave, but I forgot. I forgot to tell you.
He's gonna go home and kill himself, isn't he?
No,
Oh, that's
he's gonna be back, and not alone.
oh shit.
But that's for later you to deal with.
That's for tomorrow day's problem.
You guys are actually
Which
going
is-
to
which is
sleep.
good, because then I have my rages back.
You guys are going to rest into the middle of the night. So it's going to be like midnight by the time you're finished resting.
If he's gonna be resting all the time, yeah, I would have been in the poison bottles.
That's what I was going to say. This is the place where the guy told you to meet him.
Mm.
So he is here and he sees you. And even though you're disguised, he's perceptive. He notices that it's you. And he walks over to see how much he can get from you. So, how many bottles would you like to try to fill while you're here?
All of them, if possible.
All of them.
You can fill 1 bottle per hour. And that's if you spend the entire hour focused on filling the bottle.
Sure.
You realize we're going up
What's your
early tomorrow.
character's name again, Olaf?
Calypse.
Calypse. Yeah, right.
As long as
na-
as long as I do night activities, then I should be fine.
Yeah, it's fine. I told everybody that even this arm wrestling was considered part of their rest. So.
Hmm.
Yeah, that's fine. So, you
Dane's
fill
gonna
8
walk over
bottles.
to-
Mm-hmm.
And these are liter bottles, by the way.
Yeah.
You are quite hungry afterward, but other than that, you're fine. Your poison sacs are also kind of sore.
Yeah. People are gonna be like, "Damn, that guy's hungry," when I start eating.
Yeah, so when everybody starts to get their midnight meal, yeah, he eats like 3 plates full.
Just blood devouring it.
Devouring it, huh?
Yeah, and
Yeah.
he told you how many gold it is for each, so
Mm-hmm.
you can put that in your inventory.
How many bottles did you say?
8, because 1 per
8.
hour.
Yes. 8 times. 120.
So, after you have eaten, what would you like to do? Also, I assumed that everybody else did everything that they wanted to do.
Right after I won the arm wrestling thingy-bob, Dane's gonna walk over to Calypse and I guess I owe you 1 gold plus interest, and I'm gonna give you half. So 150 platinum
Money.
pieces.
Oh. She like. What? I mean, I'd say no.
He literally did the thing that scammers claim they can do.
What?
Well, it was kind of her.
Oh,
inspiration,
yeah, right. I will make this 1 gold piece into 1 million.
Yeah, exactly. You pretty much literally just did that.
Oh, that's very appreciated.
Bro, I wouldn't have won if it wasn't for the fucking
You
word.
actually won. You actually won. Okay.
And then I'm gonna walk over to the dog pit. I'm gonna bet all 150 platinum in the back. No, I'm kidding. I'm not fucking doing that.
I'm gonna roll one thing. You can have a night there if you want.
Oh my god.
I'll take the floor, thank you.
Hmm?
Apparently he's taking the floor.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, I'll first about live. Jesus.
And I'm gonna buy a pitcher of meat and some salted pork before.
Yeah, that's what you have for your meal. Midnight meal. You can have pretty much as big a plate as you want with all the money you won. So,
Oh.
what's the plan?
I meant like a full night with happy ending, but if you don't want to, go ahead.
All
You
right.
gave her half your fucking money. At least you're gonna get something extra.
He doesn't like paying for it.
Oh, that's for free. You got very paid her for that, but like she'll like give you a bonus for free. But hey, if you say no, you say no. I'm not gonna.
Would it fuck up the long rest?
No.
Okay, in that case.
Like,
Typical.
he gave her nearly 2,000 gold. Yeah, he's gonna get what he wants. She doesn't give a shit.
Okay.
As long as you don't kill me afterwards.
Oh, she won't. She'll only keep trying to kill Nushan. but never
Yes.
succeeds.
Yeah, that's kind of the joke.
Alright. So,
'Cause-
would you guys
Just
like to
for-
do something other than that?
Yes.
Is it daytime?
No,
Yes.
it is midnight.
Okay.
No.
Because you guys went to sleep, like, in the middle of the afternoon. Or,
Well,
quote unquote, sleep.
best time to be exploring then, I say. We go melt into the stone and hop, there we go.
Oh. So I'm awake.
Yep.
Yes.
Okay. Find a good place near the castle, I suppose.
Hold on. Can melt into stone be used on, well, worked stone?
We already determined this, yes.
Determine
Yeah.
Okay.
Because it
then why-
doesn't specify whether it needs to be worked or not. So I determined that yes, any stone.
Okay, then why go to the castle if I'm going into the ground, into the work stone? Then whoop, they can't see me.
Well, the ground is also dirt.
Mhm.
Can't melt into dirt.
And the thing is, I can
Plus-
still see. I know how deep I go.
Plus, the spell only lasts a certain amount of time, correct?
8 hours, right?
Oh, 8 hours? Never mind.
Yeah. So it's
Then it
fine.
might not be that big of a deal if he casts it far away from the castle.
And if you plan to stay for a long time, I can upcast it to 16 or 24 hours. But you know, I'm not gonna stay that long.
I'll be quickly just going through the walls, check, just blind sense. I know who's there.
Well,
If
You
the
first
right
gotta
next to a
get
wall. I
to
point
them.
out again, Geo. It is only 10 feet. It's like nothing.
Well, if you know how castle halls are unusual, then 10 feet
Yeah,
is more than
but
enough.
like you can't in sense if like Cyrilla is in her bed that's like 20 feet from the wall, and you're
That's
not
true.
close to the wall. So
Just poke my head out.
well, you can go through the floor as well.
yeah, go through whatever the stone you can go. But like
hmm
remember, it's
Mhm.
just within 10 feet, so you have to be pretty close.
Yeah.
Alright, so where are you going to cast the spell?
Near the castle wall, I suppose.
Okay.
So you guys are walking through the city streets.
All clocked up.
By the way, Yaskir is with you guys at the moment.
Mhm.
He's not fleed the country
Yet.
yet. That's correct. So, you guys head to the castle. And, yeah, there's always a chance that somebody will notice things.
Well, we are looking if someone is there before we cast the spell.
Yes, but this isn't what that's for.
Okay.
Alright. You see... I'll roll to determine what this person is. Okay, it's your worst possible nightmare.
Yeah.
Oh,
Great.
Oh no.
So, Dave, you see someone familiar blocking your path towards the castle.
This is after a long rest, right?
Yes.
My worst nightmare?
Your worst nightmare.
The big guy beat.
Bears.
Bears.
Yes, just a group of bears in the middle of the city. Why not?
Stairs, not bears. Stairs.
No.
He sees stairs.
Bears.
Bloody
Wait.
stairs.
Golden
He just sees a staircase ascending into heaven. No!
No! I'm too young to die.
Wait, which kind of stairs? Stairs that go up or down?
Up.
Mhm.
No, hell's a slide. Remember that.
How's the slide?
It's a highway, they say.
But yeah,
There's
you
no-
you
it's
see
easy.
you see the big tough arm wrestling guy that you defeated is currently blocking your group's path.
Just him?
Not just him. There's like
Hmm.
20 dudes that you can see.
Oh,
Oh, he bought friends.
He
I
is
could
currently holding what looks like a hammer that is made of pure stone that is approximately like 2 feet across and 3 feet long. Just the head of the hammer.
There's a big hammer.
Can I use my
I
stone cunning to see if there's anything special about that thing?
Sure.
I could do a pretty stupid move here.
so what did you guys do when I was sleeping?
Am I even audible? No, I'm not. Oh, there we go. I'm audible.
Yes, you are
Yeah,
audible.
Yeah, I could do a pretty stupid move. It literally just like, oh wait, that many guys. Let's see how quick they become little baby girls screaming down street. Pulls cloak down, pulls the hood down.
You could, but
Or
that
they will be
that would
more
have
aggressive.
other potentially unforeseen consequences if you do that.
Yeah.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. That's why I say it's stupid.
They're stopping all the way to the castle.
You guys are about 3/4 of the way to the castle,
And they
and they are
stop us.
blocking the road that you are attempting to walk down.
And there's 20 of them.
Total that you can see.
Holy hell, this guy is a sore loser. Okay, so it's I can't really understand the thing. Whenever you make an intelligence, it's blah 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 or really check.
You get
considered
expertise
proficient
in any check related to stone.
at a history skill and add double here. Oh, so just expertise.
You get expertise in it basically for knowledge of it. So you get +6 to it. So you get a +5 to it because you're
Plus, a +5 to my history though.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mhm.
So that would be a total of 10.
Wow.
Wow, that's huge.
It's a stone hammer.
Stone hammer.
Here's what you get from
It's
that.
made of marble.
Here's what you get. Number one, that hammer is almost as tall, like the head of the hammer is almost as tall as you are. Number one. Number two, it looks like he makeshift made this hammer a few seconds ago.
Okay, so it's not magical. That's great.
Although, it is rectangular in shape, so someone put some effort into making this stone. But it probably wasn't intended to be made into a hammer until a few moments ago.
Mm.
Yeah, so again, I asked the group what the fuck they did once I slept.
Nothing that would piss off 20 people.
Well, it seems like something you did pissed off over 20 people.
Can I whisper to him that I beat the biggest, meanest guy in the middle in arm wrestling, and he did not like that, apparently.
He's just a sword loser. He's just a sword loser.
Oh. Well, you know, can you make this problem go away? Like, challenge him to a duel or something? Give him what he wants.
Yeah, you could probably fuck him up 1-on-1. Probably.
Yeah,
Maybe.
just,
Most likely.
just taunt him or something, and probably do it.
Okay, what's the plan?
So, hey,
We could
guessing you're,
we
not
could
that... What?
we could lessen their numbers by doing my stupidity. So I just want.
No, it's stupid. Shut up.
Okay.
No idea in this situation is stupid.
Yes, it is.
That one might be.
They all seem to follow the big guy.
They're following behind him.
Yeah, but like, do it seem like if I guess, say if I make him make them all leave, would they listen to him?
You can roll an insight.
He'll see you casting magic, though.
Doesn't
but, like, you
really
need-
seem like he ordered them to come here. It's more like he told them what happened and they agreed to come here.
Oh, so there's just a bunch of... This is like the SS Spetsnaz. Maybe like the retarded version of SS Spetsnaz, maybe. I don't know.
Basically, he was like, hey, this dwarf beat me, and it's insulting to all humans. And they were like, yes, that is correct. And they decided to come here.
Let's go fuck him up!
Yeah, exactly.
Are they wearing like white sheets and stuff?
No, but from Calypso's insight, they may as well be.
Mm.
Yeah, these
No, they
people
will see
are
me-
not
they
going
will
to
see me
back.
casting the spell of the new, but Clankin kind of needs the concentration for as long as
Yeah,
he can before he has
also,
to get the
also
other.
Calypso.
Mhm.
If he told them to just go away, they'd be like, "Oh, something happened to you. We are no longer going to listen to you and just do what we wanted anyway."
So even if it did, it wouldn't help. Basically.
Yeah.
Question: do they seem like commoners or actually battle-hardened racists or just normal?
Some of them are
idiot racists?
commoners. Some of them appear to be tougher than commoners.
Okay, so that's great. We can probably like one-shot half of them at least, maybe.
Yeah,
Big
but,
thumbs to that.
murdering 20 people in one of the biggest cities.
Yeah,
That's
Geralt just sort of whispers to you guys, "Butcher of Blaviken."
What the fuck is that?
Butcher of
Yes.
Blaviken. You saw the first season. You know how he killed all those people in town, and then they all got mad at him. That's how he got the nickname Butcher of Blaviken. He
Yeah,
killed a bunch of people in town.
Yeah, the city was called Blaviken, and they killed a bunch of people there. So
So I'm gonna be called the butcher of whatever name this
Central.
time. Yeah, Butcher Central.
Yeah, if you
Yeah.
murder a bunch of people in the middle of town and you get caught doing it, yeah, they're
I mean,
it's
we
not going to
can't-
be
we
easily
can't
forgotten.
I mean, we can't talk them down because they're half-wits, so that's not an option. Does anybody have the spell Fireball?
No. I could have taken it, but no.
Damn it.
Well, we can try diplomacy first, okay?
Okay, I'll let you try diplomacy. I'm not good at diplomacy. I really.
Well,
get
this
one.
is your problem. He wants you. You have to try.
I had to try.
Yes.
Me.
Like, challenge him to a fight one-on-one, for instance. To make him go away or something.
So, I'm guessing you're here because you're a sore loser, eh?
No, I'm here because you're a half.
Oh, so you're a half-wit.
He just seems confused now.
Exactly. So, why don't you let my little friends run along, and then you and me can take this out one-on-one, eh? Let's say loser dies, winner lives.
He looks towards some of the others. One of them yells out, "Fuck knife ears!" as he points to Clankin.
Oh, so they hate elves as well.
They hate everything that's not human.
Oh, right. They're racist. Sorry.
I'm the only one they like in this group.
If they knew Geralt was a Witcher, they'd hate him too.
Yeah, but they don't.
But they can't see that that's what he is from the distance that they are currently standing. But they don't like him because he's associating with you guys, so doesn't seem like that's gonna matter right now.
Seems a lot for one single dwarf. Can't you handle a loss? He won fair and square. What's the point? I don't care if he's a half-wit.
Half man. I'm not half.
Half-man.
Well, I am a half-wit, but that's not the point.
So
You mean
no
a dwarf?
point in starting a fight in the middle of the city and probably triggering all the guards. They will probably go along with you, but because everyone here seems don't like any. So
He motions for someone to step forward. You see that there's like 3 or 4 city guards among them.
Oh, Jesus fucking Christ.
it was a fair arm wrestling match. Why are you grabbing 21 people to take one dwarf?
He must have cheated.
Because
No,
he
you
lost
cheated.
against half man, so what does that make him? Less than half man, I guess.
As
Can
far as I
function
could
now?
tell, you were the one that cheated, big guy.
He just grins as he looks to behind him. Who believes Graug cheated? Nobody raises their hand.
No, your guys are clearly all.
I raise my hand.
Nobody on his side of the battlefield raises their hand.
Yeah, but
He's a strong guy, but he clearly had to do something to handle a dwarf. And why would he had to go to that point if a half man was so weak? Why would he need to use such tactics then?
They already don't believe that he used tactics.
pretty sure this is gonna end one way, no matter what we do.
There
but
is
we're
a
in the middle
thing-
of a city.
There are a few things that you can do, you just haven't hit on it yet. Because this is what I'm experimenting with, to see if you can figure out how to manipulate
They're all
people.
racist jerks. If it doesn't help talking, then what is it supposed to do? Kill them? Then you just get a whole city after us.
You could talk to them, but you haven't said the right thing yet.
I can't cast magic either, because then everyone else would just be pissed.
There are things that you can tell them that would make them go away. But
yeah,
you
it probably
haven't.
is, but it doesn't come to mind because I'm an idiot.
You do have other people here who can come up with stuff.
Yeah, but they don't like him either because he got knife ears.
Like I said, it doesn't
Yeah.
matter who it is. There are things you can say to make them
I'm
go
open
away.
for suggestions because I got no idea what to say to these guys.
As we already established, stupid idea is stupid.
Yeah, killing them is just pointless because then we'll just get a whole city after us and have to leave even sooner.
What if?
So-
What if you try to beat him again? No, right here.
I challenge him to another arm wrestling right here, right now.
This
If
is an
he's
avenue
mad
I
enough.
didn't anticipate, but so you actually do?
Yeah.
Okay. You see someone in the back of the crowd just run forward carrying a table and puts it in the middle of this thing.
Okay, how about you guys have the arm wrestle nest, but instead of the money, you guys leave him alone.
The rest of the group is sort of like, some of them are still on board with killing you guys, it doesn't matter. But
No.
it seems as though most of the group would be willing to back down, and if the guards back down, which they say that they would be willing to, then the other guys won't kill you because they don't have plausible deniability.
Oh no, you're not just gonna leave me alone. You're gonna leave all of us alone.
The guards nod.
Including for the elf.
They nod, and one of them says, "Well, yeah, we're gonna leave all of you alone. That was implied. Yeah, of course."
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
I'm
if the
not
dwarf
part of
wins.
all of you.
All right. They even provide you chairs with which to sit on to do the arm wrestling.
Like, I'm not sure if he should rage or I should use inspiration on this scenario.
I'm gonna rage.
Let's just say that there are more eyes that are watching each of you for
Casual
tricks.
wink is not that sus.
It's not that sus,
Uh.
but there might be a chance that one of them knows what you're doing.
I have something at my top.
Okay.
Yeah, but you need. I hope it's not a concentration spell because you kind of need those.
It's not.
And let me just say, he has subtle spell, so if he's going to use the spell, he's the best one to use it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but I think he still has concentration on suggestion because he hasn't cast Meldon Stone yet.
It's not concentration. So
Meldon Stone isn't?
yeah, but the thing I'm thinking of.
Oh, okay.
The thing that he's going to use to help this situation.
Yep.
It just lasts for a duration, okay?
Alright. They motion for the two of you to sit at the table. Because if you beat him without cheating, at least from their perspective, then that means that you did it fair and square, and then they have nothing.
I'm guessing all the witnesses at the bar was not enough.
Well, to be fair, sure. But a lot of these people weren't at the bar, to be fair. So they're going based off the information that he gave, but he's not the leader of them. You guys are aware of that. So he told them that this happened, and then they were like, well, if that happened, then we gotta kill them.
Simple as that.
Yeah, exactly. Takes a lot less to rile up crowds these days. So, yeah. So,
I'm
Do
kind
you-
of pissed off that you guys warded off a siege of this city now. And if you didn't know, these guys would probably be dead. Would have made it.
but to be fair, they didn't know that these particular individuals were going to do this particular thing. So,
Yeah, because in the
True.
first place, the siege would come to our place, exterminating all of us.
yeah,
taking our
they
home.
were, to be fair, their little village was the closest thing to the entrance of the invasion. So the first thing that would have been destroyed was their village.
Sorry, too good, dude. Sorry about that.
Yeah, we completely plotted out like a defensive situation to be like, no, stay away. We live here. It's our place.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and like I said, their village would have been destroyed if they did nothing. In fact, that was one of the options that I gave them, is to do nothing and run away. So,
Yeah, we immediately said no to that idea and just,
It said option A, break the universe.
yeah.
yeah. No, we said option Omega, break the fucking universe.
Okay, so would you like to roll against him, or are people doing things before he does so? Because he's sitting at the table, and the other guy is also sitting at the table, and they are in their ready positions.
I'll do my thing once it starts.
Well, once it starts, they have made rolls, so...
Yeah. It's I'm gonna cast Silvery Bard Subtle Spell. So
Oh,
Yeah,
okay, so you're
disadvantage.
gonna try to prevent him from succeeding, basically.
yeah.
Okay,
Now I'm gonna rage, so I have advantage.
you do.
Does his muscles tense too, the big guy?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. No, I'll say it's share with both rage.
Well, he'll have normal in that case.
Yeah.
Want me to roll?
Yep.
So, can I give him inspirations that I have? Totally.
No.
Damn.
Only your character can... You can force an enemy to re-roll, but if they're
Oh.
attacking you. So if they're doing something to you,
Oh.
you can force them to re-roll as well. But other than that, you can only do re-rolls for yourself. Like, if they're
Okay.
trying to do something harmful to you specifically, you can force them to re-roll. But other than that, it's just you. Things that you're doing.
I'm tempted to just give him an inspiration, but I can't. Without exploiting it.
Okay,
Hmm.
so he rolled a 16.
Yeah.
So you're using silvery barbs?
Yeah.
So he only gets to roll 1 dice.
Guys, I got to go. It's getting late. I have a job tomorrow.
Alright, we'll end
How
relatively
about
soon.
yeah, Saturday? Okay.
So, see you guys.
See.
Later.
Yeah.
Okay. So, does that give him disadvantage, basically?
Normally, yeah.
Okay.
But since he's raging, you get advantage, which nullifies it.
So it's
Alright. The dice lay where they are. And where they lay is... Let me just double check. Okay. I need to calm down. Okay. So guess what happens?
Either he got a natural 1 or a natural 20.
we
No.
lose and we die.
The exact same thing that I described. For like
Before
10
one
minutes. They're like at each other's throats. Like,
Did he roll a 15?
he did. He
Oh my
did.
God.
Guy's so. That's...
That's beautiful.
Oh, fuck, dude.
Thank you, script gods.
So you guys
Well,
are
for
at
the-
each other's throats for like 10 minutes. And
But
then
for the
you,
overall day-
again, you sense that weakness in him that you sensed before. He's not gonna be able to win. You know he's not going to be able to win in this moment. As you just easily and slowly push his hand down onto his wrist to the table. The
Fuck,
guards
dude.
look mildly impressed and mildly disappointed in their champion.
Oh, we didn't get to kill some black people. I mean,
They
elves.
the guards walk over. Some of the other people are just super racist and are like still calling you names and stuff. But the guards walk over and say, "Come on. It's over. You lost." The guy, he just flies into a rage. So this is going to happen without your input. He flies into a rage and punches one of the guard with an uppercut, and he like flies onto a roof of a nearby building, and the other guards start trying to restrain him. You can try to do something now if you wish.
I'm gonna go with. I'm just gonna get up and just motion to the others. Just let's go.
So do you
Not
guys
rage
just
anymore.
you guys just want to leave?
Yeah.
Geralt agrees. This is the best case scenario. Just
Yeah.
leave.
Yeah.
Leave. There's not a issue anymore. Leave.
I mean,
Just walk away.
Just walk away.
Geralt has
Walk away.
learned through his many escapades that sometimes the best option is to do nothing.
Yeah.
So sometimes
Yeah,
intervening sometimes intervening is just more trouble than it's worth. So, yeah, he agrees, and you guys just continue down the road. There's a few guys who heckle you as you walk down the road, and there's actually a rotten tomato that is thrown at you guys. You guys can make a dexterity saving throw if you wish to avoid it.
Oh,
Hey.
hey.
Human,
Alright.
why'd it throw at me?
It actually does hit you, and your fancy clothing is stained red.
This is bloody silk, you fool.
Can I see who threw the fucking thing?
Roll a perception.
Oh,
You're fucking pressed up. They're chasing herself clean.
calm down. We don't want any of that. Okay.
You do see the guy who did it, but you also see that she just waves her hands over her clothes, and her clothes are fine.
I don't walk off angrily.
Yeah, so she used chaos to clean her clothes. So
Mm.
no harm done, unless you want to pursue this. Do you wish to hit the guy? He's super skinny. He looks like he's a beggar. And he blames non-humans for all of his problems.
I really fucking do, but then I have a feeling that the rest of the people are gonna fuck us over.
Yep.
She just mumbled to herself in.
Yeah,
Elvish.
Geralt sort of places a hand on your shoulder and says, "Let it go."
You can see the eyes that once were red slowly turn back to the crimson blue.
Oh, her eyes are green.
No, my eyes.
Oh, your eyes. Okay. Oh, you were
They
raging
turn-
to red. Okay.
they
Yeah, he
turn
was about
bright
to fly
red
into a
color red.
rage, is what that implies.
What? By the way, what would his advantage be? If he had rolled normally.
I didn't roll. So I can roll this just for fun if you want.
Yeah, roll for fun. Just
definitely.
see if we have to kill people.
He rolled 14. He rolled 14.
Yeah, so it was.
Oh, we
less
didn't
than-
know that. We didn't know that. So
We didn't
no.
know that.
To be fair, yeah,
the
you didn't know
way
that, but for fun, I rolled and he got a 14.
I could
So-
have done very differently.
It could have.
Good job.
So, the crowd is dispersed by the guards, by other guards that have finally heard the noise and come over. The crowd is dispersed. Also, that huge dude, 10 guards finally tackle him to the ground as he punched like 3 other guards onto building rooftops. He was like a raging animal, like a bull in a china shop. It took like a whole bunch of dudes to take him down. But he is finally
Going
taken
away
down.
for a long time. Boy, oh.
At least for a while, because he did punch some guards, so that can't be ignored.
But then again, he is human, so
It can't. It
But
still
he
can't be.
punched a guard.
It still can't be ignored. He punched a bunch of guards. That's unacceptable, no matter what race you are.
Don't punch a guard. You just get That's not very good.
Especially
back,
if they are gravely injured, that's even worse.
And he punched him on a building. So
I punched him hard enough to throw him on top of a building. So
Yeah.
I'm sure
I'm
that guy's
feeling
dead.
that guy's strength is like 20 something.
He's pretty strong. He's pretty strong. His bonus is 8 when he was rolling for the
So
For the-
same as me.
wrestling.
Yeah.
So he's pretty strong.
He's a strong dude.
Either way. So as that riot is being dispersed, you guys finally reach the castle. However, Geo isn't here, so we can't do that part.
Yeah.
But you can
He
cast
said
the
he
spell.
would, said he would be right back for 1 hour ago.
Yeah, but that's when his trainer changed windmills, and then he actually went to bed after. So
Oh.
no, he actually went to bed like 5 minutes ago.
So
So he was back for a moment, and then he headed to bed because he has work tomorrow.
let me just say that I still want to go for at least a little longer.
Sure.
So you cast the spell.
I
Geralt.
will. I twin spell it, so both of them get it.
Geralt and Nushan disappear within the stone. And Geralt actually says there's a hallway here is the last thing you hear, and then he pulls Nushan down so that way he's floor level.
Mm.
And they vanish within the wall.
All right, the guards are coming back slowly but surely.
So, would you guys like to do anything before they return?
Mm.
We're just supposed to wait here and do nothing.
You
Um,
have told them that, if unfortunate circumstances happen and there's a guard patrol or something, you might have moved. So they
Yeah.
will expect that you might not be here when they come back.
we should find at least a unsuspicious place
Mhm.
to stay.
But yeah, I'll if I can even if I know after I find a safe spot, I would probably try to gather the patrols, see how they're moving and all that, which paths they're taking. Try to memorize that to help a bit when we actually have to get the princess out.
All right. So you can
Yeah.
roll an investigation because this is more of a you're looking from a distance, but you're not. You're looking in depth, you're trying to see minute details. Unfortunately, it seems like the guards are relatively sporadic. Their patrols, so they
While
don't
you do
patrol
that-
the same area every hour or something like that.
Yeah, while you guys do that, I will keep an eye on the spot within a non-suspicious area.
Okay. You can roll for non-suspicious area. This happens before he does the investigation because he said that he
Yeah.
would wait till you got to.
I'll say to you guys, figure out the guard patterns or whatever. I'll keep a lookout if they come back.
All right.
We're
So
gonna
you
go
guys
for-
wanted to look for a safe place. So who's doing that?
Then the sorcerer just say he will do that.
No, I'm looking for if they come back from the wall.
if I can look for a safe spot or end that, or at least help someone finding that before I go checking.
Okay. So who wants to do that?
Hi.
I can probably do it, but probably better if I get aid with that luck. Yeah.
Before we, we're at the castle now, right?
Yeah, you're literally on a lesser guarded wall at the moment that you approached. So
Yeah.
basically, you looked for a spot that had less manpower on it, a wall that had less people standing near it, and then you just went there, and then he cast the spell. They went through, and you're just now doing nothing afterward. So
I'm guessing we're like moving away a bit at least.
Yeah, you don't
so-
stand next to the wall. You guys back up a little bit, but you're still out in the open relatively.
So as we're like moving away or to the side or wherever we're going, I want to look specifically at like the walls of the castle to see if I can see anything in the way that the rock has been built that might indicate some sort of entrance, like a grate or hidden anything.
It is stonework, so yes, you do get the thing. It doesn't matter. You don't need to make too many excuses. It's a stone building. You know, you can use your thing.
Oh, what do you want me to roll with the thing?
It's a history with advantage. Is that what it said? It was history with
No,
advantage.
it doesn't
or-
give me advantage. It gives me a +5.
Okay.
Well, technically a +6, but I have a -1, so +5.
Okay, so you can. Holy shit! 21.
Leighton Sully. Yeah.
So
Nice.
with a 21, you can tell that this building is built in such a way that it is. Oh yes, yeah, that's fine. Yuma. I just got the message.
Yep.
Yeah, that's fine. So you look at how the building is built. It looks like the building itself was made. The stone was brought from a stone quarry, for sure. Like it isn't like stone that would naturally be from here. So in other words, they had to mine the stone elsewhere and then drag it here. You can tell from the tool marks on the stone, they are well hidden for human handiwork at the very least, but they're still visible to your trained eye. That they use tools to drag it here, and there's still markings on the stone that you can notice. However, knowing that, normally they don't drag stone foundations or anything, so there was probably rock here that they were using for the building of like the dungeons and whatnot, the underparts. So there's probably a large amount of stone underground here. So you know that digging into the floor might not be an option. But that also implies that they have emergency exits for like mining accidents during the building of the dungeons and whatnot. Like if you're building an under stone thing, if your tunnel collapses, you want to have another way to get out of there, basically. So there's probably some sort of secret hidden entrances. You're just not 100% sure where. You would have to walk around the exterior of the building to find such an entrance.
Okay, I tell my companions this information and ask them if they might be willing to maybe take the risk of taking a walk around to look for such an entrance, maybe.
All right.
Worth a shot.
All right. So, if you guys want to try to find a secret hidden entrance, you can roll an investigation. As you guys sort of give the castle a wide berth, but you're still close enough to see if there's weird things nearby.
Roll with advantage, Olaf, because I'm helping. I'm helping.
Yeah,
I'm
especially because Dane got all that information. His dwarven senses would pick up on like, yeah, this is a good spot to put like a mine shaft entrance that they may
The
not have
dwarven
closed up.
senses are tingling.
And yes, his senses do help you. He's like, you're going too far away, maybe closer to over here. And as you start to look closer to over there, you see a boarded up mining entrance. But there's no mines nearby, so probably a secret entrance.
Interesting.
It's boarded up, but I mean, what are boards to superheroes?
Is it like badly boarded up? Can I like walk over? Are we close enough to it, or are we like far away?
There's no guards next to it, so you can just walk up.
I want to walk up to it and just see if I can peek through like the old wood to see if I can see inside.
All right, make a perception check, because you are looking at something. You might see something of note.
Do I have dark vision?
You are a dwarf, so yes.
Yes.
Sure. Perception?
Yes. And I should clarify, you are a pure-blood dwarf, so yes, you have dark vision.
Awesome. Mountain dwarf.
Yes. In other words, in my game systems, you can be half-blooded, and that actually can change what you take as stats. So, like if you're half human, you could trade your dark vision for something else, basically. So yeah, you're pure blood dwarf. So, you look inside. You do see something. It looks like a wooden effigy of something. It's made of wood, you can tell that. It's not like a living creature. At least you don't think so. Of course, with magic, anything could be a living creature. But it doesn't appear to be moving. So, directly on the other side of the boards, like maybe 5-10 feet away from the boards, there's this... It looks almost like a scarecrow, but it appears to have a animal-like skull on the top of it.
That's very comforting. I'm gonna head back.
All right.
Tell them that it looks like a tunnel. It's heading in the right direction.
It is.
And there's some creepy ass motherfucking scarecrow.
Yeah.
Thing in there.
Yeah, it's like made of like straw and wood, and an animal skull apparently.
I mean, if you guys want, we can press on to figure out if we actually can get into the castle this way, or we could just wait for the others and then come back here.
Well, it would be kind of like if we just rip off the board, it would kind of make a noise.
Yeah.
It would make some noise, and while there's no guards guarding the entrance, there are guard patrols that are close enough that if you make a lot of noise, they'd be like, oh, that's a strange noise, let's go over there. However, they're not close enough to notice that you guys are suspiciously skulking around right now. So in other words, you don't have to roll stealth. Because you're like 200-300 feet away from the castle itself. So it is dark, because it's like a little bit past midnight. So they're just going by torchlight, so it's still dark, but they'll hear a noise if you like use an axe and start chopping wood. They'd be like, huh, that's a strange sound, let's go over there.
Like
And yes, all the guards
was it-
are human, so they don't have dark vision, so they
Was
They
it
can't see
like a
anything.
padlock on the door, or is it literally just like a wall that's boarded up? That just
it's just an open. It's not. It doesn't even have a door built on it. It's just an open cavern that has boards over it.
okay, so it's like one of those really cartoony-ish mine entrances.
Yes, not so cartoony, but yes.
Yeah, what I mean is that we can't like pick a lock and then open the door quietly. We literally have to remove boards to get in.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because they basically just boarded it up and put a no entry sign on it. Like, that's it.
Yeah.
And most people would probably just assume that it's like an ancient tunnel that they shouldn't go in, so they would avoid it.
Especially with that creepy ass thing standing right inside of it.
Yeah, you don't know what that is, but you can describe it to your group and they can.
Yeah.
You can collectively try to roll to see if you know what it is.
I will describe.
Okay. He describes it in as much detail as he saw. So you guys can roll Arcana, or Nature, or Religion. The three of them.
I'm better at nature, so I roll nature.
A mere 24, good sir.
Yeah.
Or milady, or whatever the fuck I should call you.
Milady. Nah, we
Milady.
There
As a person
are.
I play a female PC, so
Okay, so here's what you get
do
from
what
that.
you feel feels more natural to you.
Here's what you get from that.
Mm.
It is an effigy, which means it's like it's a representation of something. Like it's not just a random thing that somebody put together. It's a representation of something. Though there are a few types of creatures that can be summoned using such effigies. Usually, in many circumstances, they are. Since you rolled so high, I'm giving you a bunch of information that you would have gotten with the other rolls instead. They are associated with a curse. Which is why I said you could roll religion. And sometimes it depends on which effigy you're trying to make. It could have a specific target when you make the effigy. Or it could have a target to whoever destroys the effigy, people who get close to the effigy. Sometimes the effigy itself will come to life. But those are rare. Those would have to be created specially by magicians. As in similar to zombies in this universe. They have to be specially created and take a lot of effort. But the three clues that you have is that they're made to curse a specific individual. They curse the individual who destroys it, or things that get close to it, bad things happen to them. Those are the three things that come to mind.
For the latest info to the others.
And the information that you would have gotten from the nature is that specific creatures are related to such effigies. Like, you can summon a creature to kill somebody, basically, using them, or things like that. But you would have to be involved in the creation of the effigy in order to know which creature. So, it's a little difficult.
Yeah.
The Arcana part would be, since you rolled so high, yeah, you usually have to use magic, or, in many cases, they can be created by just random people who are like, I've heard of this thing, and I want to put my ill intent into it, and then it works. Which is why it's very often directed towards a specific individual. I hate this individual, I create this effigy to destroy them, and then a creature destroys them.
A good old-fashioned curse effigy.
Yeah. They have shown up in the games if you
Yeah.
have played those.
Think of this in Magic seen it a few times.
And the thing that you know is that destroying the effigy doesn't make it go away. So, in some cases, it makes things worse. In
Yeah,
very
probably.
few cases does destroying the effigy make things better.
True.
So you want this? That's gonna be cold.
It's not going to be cold.
And no, just use the microwave, dude.
If I was in my room, then that would make us disconnect.
Yeah, that's true.
Only in Canada.
Only in Canada.
Oh, Canada.
Okay, so any opinions on what you would like to do with this information?
I'll relate to the others at least, so
What do you mean the others? Only you two are there.
I'll relate to him.
Oh,
Yeah, because
You didn't come
he
along?
is staying
he's-
closer
Oh.
to the wall. He is staying closer to the
Oh.
wall to see if they come out. You can go back and try to get him to do stuff, but he's staying closer to the wall.
it's probably just a scare tactic.
Oh yeah, and that's something else that I should have given you. People can make these and they might not work.
Like just people who know that they might be curses that's real, make them just to scare people. I mean, anybody could put that thing together without it being magic.
Yes. So his Calypse would have known that as well.
Mm.
Yeah, so somebody could have just made a statue and hope that keep people away.
Like,
But
I'm not sure if it's effective. I'm unsure if it is active. That's probably a better word.
yeah, you would have to examine it, which in some cases would lead to the bad thing. So, like, just getting close to it, it might be just have an evil spirit or something in it, and it drains your life because you got close to it. Too bad, game over. Or, it could be you get close to it, realize it isn't magical, and just knock it over and then keep going. Could do both of those things.
So yeah, that was like, if I remember correctly, the effigy was behind the boards. Or
Yeah,
was it
so
near-
if you were to remove the boards, it would be like 10 feet down the tunnel.
Okay, so you can like see through the boards.
Yeah, because he has dark vision, so he can see it.
Did you see like any paths like to the sides or just a direct line?
You have to remove the boards and go past the effigy in order to continue down the
Oh.
tunnel.
See, removing these would make a lot of noise though, so I'm not sure if that's the best idea.
There are
Just-
stealthier and more loud ways to do it, but yeah,
We will
removing the
just
boards
crush the
directly
world.
would be.
Quietly.
I have tools to pickpocket the lockpick things, but this doesn't have a lock, so
Yeah, it's just a bunch
That's
of
what I
boards.
said.
I do
We
have a
crush the
crowbar.
boards, but we crush them quietly.
I have a crowbar. I can try like we sneakily removing the board. but just,
Crowbar
like,
is pretty fucking useful in this thing.
yeah, but also we would like have to probably have to set them back to make be very suspicious. Or do we? Would we? I'm not sure.
The question
Let's
is
just
again,
say,
should we do it now, or should we go head back and then discuss it when everybody's ripped up again?
Probably
okay,
good.
so I will
I have
describe.
a crowbar in my inventory, so
I will
That's fucking great.
describe. I will describe some of the circumstances to try to make this a little easier. So where you guys are,
Yeah.
pretty much pitch black.
okay.
It's midnight and a moonless night, so it's pretty dark. The reason that you guys found the entrance is because Dane was like, you were looking in the wrong direction. It's probably closer rather than further away. So then you guys stumbled upon it. There's no torches lighting it up, nothing. So it's pretty dark there. There's guards that are patrolling the castle about 200-300 feet away. And they have torches, but they can't see you because you guys currently do not have a torch on. So it's pitch black over here.
You keep it that way.
Yeah.
And the only reason Dane could see inside is because he has dark vision. So he can see in the pitch black. And again, the only reason he saw the effigy is because he has dark vision. So if nobody had dark vision that approached this thing, pry the boards off because we can't see anything, and then you walk inside, and then potentially you could instantly die.
Awesome.
But luckily Dane is a dwarf, and they've grown up in the darkness of the underground. Most of them. So they're naturally good at seeing things in the dark. So, would you like to do anything or just return back? Either way, hiding in the darkness near the entrance, it's secluded enough that you're not within direct visual sight of any guards.
Yeah. So just talk with the others and see what we do, or at least point it out to them and then see what we do with the board.
Aye.
Then we'll regroup with Clanket, I guess.
Alright, so while they were doing that Clanket, I am going to roll a thing.
Mm-hmm.
Whoops. That's okay. So, Clanket. Notice that a guard patrol, just one guy, one guard, has decided to walk towards you. Or not towards you because he sees you, but towards you because he just so happens to be walking in the same direction that you are from him.
Okay. That's cool.
So he continues walking towards you. He has a torch lit.
Yep.
At the moment, he doesn't seem to be bothered by anything, or thinks that he sees anything suspicious. So if you want to do something, you can.
What does my surroundings look like?
You are in the middle of... You guys have actually gotten past the initial outside wall and gotten into the courtyard. So that's where you're currently, there's a wall, and then there's the castle itself in the middle. You guys have walked past the wall, because there's multiple entrances, and guards don't just stop people from going inside the walls. That's fine. You're allowed to go in there. You're just not allowed to go in the castle at night. So, you guys have gotten into the walls, and you're next to the castle wall. So there's a
Still,
wall
I-
behind you, and there's a castle wall in front of you, and the guard is walking towards you.
Is there like a bench nearby or something? A resting place?
Yeah. In Sintra, oddly enough, they actually do allow homeless people to mill about in the courtyard.
Alright. Well, sit on a bench, I guess.
As long as they're not causing a disturbance, then they don't bother them.
Hmm.
Better have them in the castle courtyard than causing trouble in the city, as I say. So, you sit on the nearby. It's not exactly a bench, but it's a seating placement for you to enjoy flowers when it's daylight.
For me, it's probably a bench.
Well, either way, you sit down. The guard walks towards you. The light shines upon you. Hey, what you doing?
Just want some fresh air. Is that illegal?
No, I'm just on patrol, you see. Gotta check for strange things.
Hmm. Well, trying to not be strange. Sitting on this bench.
He nods towards you. Because you have your hood up, correct?
Yeah.
So he doesn't see anything strange about you. He goes, so you live around here? Just passing through?
Yeah, it's passing through. Don't got a room for the night, so you know. It's camping.
Shame. Well, thank you for the conversation, but I suppose I should look for other suspicious individuals.
Good luck.
He starts to walk away, and then he stops, turns around, says, one more question. Why visit the castle rather than anywhere else?
In her hair. Easier to
Well,
sleep.
Well, I do like the courtyard. It's very nice. And there's a bench here.
He
Quite
nods.
simple.
He nods towards you. All right. I will have to let the guard patrol master, know that you're here.
Sure.
He nods towards you. All right. Have a good night.
You too.
He nods towards you. And he just takes his torch and continues around the courtyard. He didn't see you do anything suspicious, so...
Yeah.
I mean, wearing a cloak and sitting in the courtyard are both non-illegal things, so... He just strolls on past.
Yep.
Alright, so the rest of the group finally catches up with you. Because they decided to come back, correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
Good egg.
So, Dane is the one that notices you because it's pretty much pitch black. Low light, if anything.
By
You
the
don't have
way,
dark vision, Olaf?
Dark vision.
You want to hold my hand?
by the way, I have a dark vision of 120 because of my sorcerer.
Oh,
He
you
basically has devil sight, I think.
I do.
So that means even if somebody was like, magical darkness, he could still see.
Does it? Is this Shadow Sorcerer? No, that's not. That he can see through his own darkness if he casts a darkness spell with his key sorcery points. I think that's it.
Yeah.
I thought he had Devil's Sight specifically.
No, don't. I know. I think the Shadow Sorcerer just get better dark vision range, but I'm not sure.
Is there any playable race that actually gets Devil Sight? Because it is pretty strong.
Nope. It's you have to like take a feat for it.
Yeah, you have to take a thing. Either a class or a...
You have to either be a warlock or take from there, or take a feat, then take Eldritch Adept to get a convocation. So.
Or no,
it's not,
you buy a pair of Fartaflash glasses. Probably
Or
worth
that.
it.
Yeah, but they can't see through magic unless they're like enchanted with it.
Yeah,
But,
you
like,
could get a
usually-
magic item to do pretty much anything. But... That also depends on the world you're in. And that also depends on how generous your DM is with magical items. Whether you can find them or actually requisition them.
Yeah, that's the maze of what the DM says is fine. So.
Yeah. Because there are worlds, like,
You got a piece of that left?
this is all I have. And there's that over there.
That's what I was looking for.
Your dad just steal your pizza.
What a dick. Nah. It's really nice, Dad.
Give me your
Okay.
pizza, boy, or else there's gonna be a big whooping.
Yes, whooping.
No, he just wanted my plate.
Hmm.
Anyway, so I completely lost my train of thought. Oh yeah, what I was gonna say is like Faerun, I'm pretty sure is supposed to be a low magic world. So there's supposed to be less magic items, but anyway. So you guys return back
Mhm.
after that interruption.
Yeah.
So would you like to report your findings to Clankin?
Yes.
Alright,
Okay.
findings reported.
Give me the TLDR because I was paying too much attention.
Okay, so they found a mine entrance and there was an effigy inside. Not sure if it's magical or not.
Okay.
We assume the entrance might possibly be another secret passage, but we're not sure.
Also, they found out that that's an area where you guys can wait and not worry about guards patrolling.
Mm.
Alright.
Again, they won't know that we're there, so
Well,
gonna have to wait for them to return.
yeah.
But
Always
if
like
they
approach,
if
nope.
they screw up inside the castle, the guards are immediately going to go search for anybody that they are aware of on their patrol routes. That's going to be like
Well,
thing
but, like,
one that they do.
We're, like,
Other
here, like,
than stop the
tell
people
our
who are
boss
inside. Other than stop the people that are inside the castle, that's going to be thing one that they do.
Right, if I see them and they like obviously fucked up, can you like give me the direction to where it is?
Where the entrance is, sure.
Yeah.
There's I give direction to place.
Yeah.
Okay.
It is outside the wall.
Hmm.
So you do have to walk through one of the gates and then go to a place that is not patrolled by the guards. It's kind of in like because the castle doesn't really have many other buildings around it except on the front portion of it. Then there's a few hundred feet of wilderness, maybe a few miles of wilderness, and then it gets to the river, because we're talking about the northern part of the castle. Because the way I have the city set up in my mind is that the castle is on the northern part of the city, and the city goes down from it. So you guys are basically going slightly outside the city, slightly, to get to the entrance.
Okay.
I'm gonna have to leave though. Alright, so.
Alright, yeah, I was planning on ending soon anyway.
Yeah.
So,
See you guys.
we'll pick it up another time.